Alright, and we should be live. Yeah, but I think my mic's on. So, yeah, welcome everyone. It's been a while since we have a live Friday night fight, but today we're here with a little bit of an evening action. And yeah, we'll be fighting Rider of Rohan, or Ronin in this case, the names. Wait. Yeah, that's an anime profile pic, so his opinion's not legitimate. You don't have to care about him. But yeah, anyways, let's see what happens with the first battle. We are gonna go for some rather meta picks. Ogre Kingdoms, Norsca, and Grand Cathay. And my opponent is gonna pick something. I'm not sure what. Oh shit. Oh wait, no, it's no. Wait. I mixed up. Shit. That's why I hate not having. It's not Rider of Rohan. God damn it, it's Ronin, but it's a different XMT member. But anyways, that's why I hate the whole CA system right now. God damn it. Wait, what? All right, Yep, right. Like why can't I why can't I have a chat with my opponent directly? And I have to use Discord instead. But yes, apparently apparently the CA's right now, the right solution for the whole chat situation is to just use Discord. Yeah, Ronin, sorry, I joined and I forgot. I sent message to the wrong XMT member, so yeah, don't worry about it. I'm there. I'm online. I'm just a bit confused. But yeah, that's why we need freaking in-game chat. But yeah, let's see. Okay, see you, Ronin, and good luck, have fun. Like, I'm just not gonna put up the army blocker because I'm too lazy for that. Oh hey, Flyer, appreciate your appreciation. And yeah. Anyways, while we are waiting, I guess I can just have an update of what the hell I did recently. Recently I feel like the game is getting a bit stagnant. So I actually went and start playing other games. I don't know if you guys have came across this, but I came across a really fun fisherman simulator called Dredge, which is like Lovecraftian. Well, it's a fisherman simulator, but more like a Lovecraftian fisherman simulator. A really simple game. You go out and fish and sell those fish for money, but there's a lot of really cool designs. Oh shit. Lizardmen, what are they banning? Banning Ogre Kingdoms. That means I have to go for Norsca or Grand Cathay. If I go for Grand Cathay, they're just gonna bring out... I have a feeling they're just gonna bring out a Dretzorian to beat me down. This might be an annoying thing to handle. What should I do now, eh? I guess I can just bring Throg. Should I? Anyways. Yeah, I have to think. I can't just go on I can't just go and talk about fishing games now. It's gonna be a hard fight. This man, if I get this, I'll just get... You know what? I can't really play that against... I'll go Norsca. Haven't played this matchup for a while. Norsca it is. But yeah. Yeah, I haven't been really playing that much and just playing a really... I was like spending my entire day yesterday just to finish the fishing game. It's really cool. Everyone should check it out. Yeah, right now I need to focus on the battle now. That. Can I just get these? Like, okay, I think we have to take out the. Maybe like 1 unit of armor sundering in the front line? The thing is, I don't have anything to deal with the skink swarm. Oh wait, no, these can deal with the skink swarm. Yeah, it's fine. Cool. Done. Yikes. What else do I need to take? That? No, I can't. Let's just have a front line of stuff. I need something to deal with skinky boys. But I don't know if I have the stuff. I'll just bring this, and I don't have enough money for the rest. Yeah, you know what, fuck it. You know what, that'll be fine. And then bring a Winter Tooth Crown and let's go. Ready up, ready up. But yeah, I do have to go back and keep playing my fishing game now that I'm done with that. Fisherman dating simulator? Well, technically you are dating, no, not really dating, but technically you are dealing with relationship crisis throughout the whole time with an eldritch entity, I guess. Stream snipe, let's go. Seagulls, you're not even playing against me right now, so no stream snipe. Jason Thompson might get bogged down in skinks if he goes that route. I'll deal with it when it comes to that. You know what? I don't even care at this point. Just fight. I just want to fight, and I just want to showcase Vermeer's are still very good, despite not having anti-lock anymore and all that. But yeah. It's best of ones on a Friday night. No, we don't have to take it too seriously, right? Yeah. Like, for some reason, Familiar Warriors really have become my recent favorites. They're just such a reliable, monstrous infantry, even without like any passive heals. They just tanks. And that's good enough. And they have like decent enough leadership, 70 on these guys, 45 on the freaking ice trolls, and 60 on the skin wolf. So Familiar Warriors actually fight a little longer than the rest of the monstrous infantry. So I consider them to be pretty solid overall. Plus they have like armor sundering, armor piercing, and all that, stacked up nicely with everything else. So yeah. Might get swarmed though, which is a concern, but let's see what happens. They might just bring a bunch of Saurus, who knows? Or maybe I'll just get kited to death because they decided to bring a bunch of salamander hunting packs. So yeah, I have no idea what's gonna happen, but let's see. We shall see. And I had a new battle replayer video just came out, so be sure to head out my archives and check out all those cool videos I made. Yeah, just a little bit of a self-promotion there. Alright. Oh, we're on Alpine Ridge, so I guess not gonna have a lot of artillery. Wait, no, this is perfect for artillery. Okay, fine. I'll just spread out and spread out and then spread out. Yeah. The first tournament of the night crew is gonna begin soon. Well, technically the first one, since I had the I had the time zone advantage, so I will be hosting the tournament first, and then there's an NA1 North American time zone one happening in 5 hours. So if you want to check it out, do head over to the Night Crew Discord. I will put up a post later about the Night Crew Discord, and people can head over and join it. That's a new clan recently set up by none other than CoolUmbrella himself, just to get some more good old multiplayer action going with his own formats and whatnot. Anyways, we are almost done with setting up, so let's go. I don't have a boat, so this might be an issue. So I guess Searing Doom will have to do, and Frog coming in with some winter hat crown. Interesting Steam tag there, Lich. I forgot to change my Steam name. I'll do it now. I'll do it now. Yeah, I'll do it next game. Okay, let's go. Well, just saying, I have I'm no longer in Clan BBB, so I'm gonna have to change the Steam tag. But other than that, everything should be about the same. Alright. This is gonna be rough, and I did not bring... Well, I didn't bring Final Transmutation, which is not a main issue here. I do wonder how many... There must be some chameleon skink. No, they just went for expensive temple. Okay, so, hold on, that's 4K... That's a slime issue. 4K, 6K. Yeah, this... 6K, and then... 6K plus another... That's 7K... 8K... 8K. Wait, there must still be something hidden in there. Somewhere. Yeah, they're boxing. Okay. I guess I just have to send something in to shoot them. Alright, they're boxing, so I can't really do much here other than blast them boxes. Really? Really? Alright, let's go. I can't really do much with these guys though. You can shoot these guys, I guess. Alright, keep shooting. You guys can... Oh, no. Just keep shooting. And let's go. And you guys can keep going. Oh wow, that's a freaking regrowth hitting. Wait, how? How? They just wrecked everything. They just wrecked that entire unit. God damn. You know what? Maybe I just need like one cast at least. These guys will be able to kill everything here, and oh god, okay. These guys can get out of the dodge. Temple guard is a little bit rough, and there's a lot of javelins coming in. Everything just died horribly. Everything's kind of losing steam here, which is a bit concerning. My familiars are also losing it, and I don't have enough forces to handle a lot of stuff at the back. Okay, shoot them. You guys fall back, and you guys can hit these. Oh, okay. All right, you go. You fall back. Okay, you guys are healing, so that's fine. Okay, you guys hit him up. Go in, and you guys need to kite back. Okay, you guys need to fall back. Yeah, you guys. What? Why is it not working? Alright, you go that way. You guys can shoot that. You stay here, and okay. I need to do something like that. Just kill these so that I can okay. Need to do some kiting now. Okay, I'm racking some stuff, but not everything in here. Can be concerning, but yeah, let's see. Okay, that's a lot of stuff coming in, so we need to back the hell. Oh wait, wow! All 4 of my skin wolves are in there. Okay, okay, that's a bit much. Okay, back. All my skin wolves are taking insane damage because of the damn temple gods. I hate them. You just need to keep spamming these, really. Somehow they still have 22 unit models. Like, what the hell? This is pretty stupid, but yeah. Let's just get everything out there first. I don't really have a good option to handle all these temple gods, especially with Slan Mage Priest healing everything here. Alright, let's just try to get everything in place and now start bombarding everything they have. Alright. Getting some damage done. Keep hitting those temple gods, I don't really care. Alright, you can go out and start hitting these guys. I don't have any idea how to handle these freaking skinks, but okay, one of the temple gods are done for is Star Chamber Guardians. That's the issue here. Okay, just keep hitting them hard, and then maybe it'll just be enough. Maybe. I don't have it. I'm running thin on everything. I don't have any abilities, no support units. Oh god. Keep bombing them. Keep bombing them. Ah, shit, all my skin wolves are done for. I mean, they're still kind of healing up, but yeah, not quite enough. I still have quite a few unit models left, just that they are kind of dying hard. Okay, let's see if I can still get a good bombardment. Okay, let's just jump in with this one. Okay, you guys can fall back a bit. You guys get that one dealt with. If the Star Chamber Guardians can be dealt with, things would be a lot easier for me, but that's a big if, and oh well. Oh well, okay, that's an if that, well, almost happening. Almost. Alright, everything, go unbreakable. Hit that, hit everything up at the back there. Oh no, no! The Winter Heart Crown is not enough. Winter Tooth Crown, Winter Tooth Crown. It's just the chameleon skinks. The firepower too strong. Oh well, that was close. GG to my opponent there. It was close. Well, anyways, let's see who's next. GG to my opponent, they're really well played with the Temple God box. This is probably why you need the boat of Wolfric, other than and not the Throkir. Yeah, he tanked damage, but just not quite doing the work he needs. If there's a boat here, things would be a lot easier, but still, really well played to my opponent with the Temple Guard box. They absolutely tanked, especially the Star Chamber Guardians. The healing from the Storm Age Priest is also very clutch, and the rest of the units, I hate these Chameleon Skinks, they are really good here. Like, I don't really have good units to catch them. Perhaps if I went for an Armored Skin Wolf, it would have worked a lot better for myself, but there's no if in the process of battle. So, GG to my opponent here, very well played. Maybe I could have done this, I guess. But I don't have enough money, and then just this. Yeah, that would have been probably better. Anyways, GG to my opponent, and let's just go out and see who's gonna play next. And so I can go and peek at what their battle's gonna be. Golden Flufen. Alright. Receiving a bunch of replays, but we will do all the live battles first before actually checking out the replays. Really appreciate everyone who's sending me those files, but who's not playing right now? Yep, there we go. Alright. Golden Floof and Captain Rumschmuck are planning out their games, and I'm just gonna barge in and peek at their gameplay. Oh, sorry, hit the mic. Alright, I have no idea what they're picking though. One is Bretonnia, the other one's Beastman. No, they just went in and probably just still... Either they're still picking their game or they have already played their game. Oh, they're still making picks, so maybe a minute. Okay. I guess they're done with picks and... Okay, Ramschma going for Norsca. Norsca about Golden Floof. But both of us needs to change our freaking Steam names. Give me a second. Oh. Edit profile. Come on, come on. Let me edit my name. But yeah. There we go. Wait, why can't I spectate? Let me just go back in. Yeah, there we go. Is it gonna be the right name? Oh, no, it's not gonna change. Okay, Norsca versus Tinge. Now that's another Norsca matchup that I haven't seen in ages. I guess if you go for either of the lords, you still just get sniped to death by blue fire spam, so you don't really want to play as Norsca in this matchup, I guess. Like, their rush is very strong, but Tinge also have the tools to stop a rush with their halberd warriors and whatnot, so... And also all the flaming damage means that the monsters, the skin wolves and whatnot will be suffering quite badly. So yeah, let's see what happens. But yeah, it's gonna be an interesting fight nonetheless. Meta picks are coming in. To be fair, these are some spicy picks, and I'm liking the Norscan pick as well, and also the Tinge pick. But yeah, both players are here are Night Crew members now, so yeah. Just they gotta Golden Floof needs to remember changing their names and whatnot. Bruno, I don't know if ignoring chameleon skins was a good call. That's the thing. I don't really have the resources to catch chameleon skins. I can just send my skin wolves into them, but they can kite. And I guess it would have, maybe I could have had the resources to chase them down with the healthy skin wolves. The thing is, there's enough resources for the Lizardmen to shield the chameleons from the skin wolves, or at least drag down the skin wolves and whatnot. So I don't know if I could have just dived the skin wolves into the backline and try to work down those chameleons. Like, even if I start chasing them, the chameleon skins with their slow and their own pretty impressive speed would be able to do some pretty nasty damage to my lightly armored skin wolves. So yeah, things were quite dicey with all those missiles on the field. Oh, it seems that both players are loading in, so I'm just gonna put it down. Like, if I had some hounds, then maybe it could have done better. Maybe if I cut out one of the skin wolves and just bring a couple hounds to just harass those chameleons, then maybe it would have worked for me. But I spent way too much on those monstrosities. Probably should have cut out those familiar warriors and just turn them into hounds and whatnot instead. But yeah, it's too late to regret that part now. Let's focus on our next battle here. One's coming in with a monster... Wait. Oh, they changed their build. I actually saw like 3 familiars on the army picking screen from Rumschmuck there. Wait, I think Captain Rumschmuck is Captain Morgan, right? Anyways, there are too many names and too little memory for myself to remember everything. Okay, I forgot to upscale the trees, so they look kind of weird. Anyways, army builds. A ton of skin wolves plus some marauder horses on the flanks, actually 3 marauder horses in total, and then a bunch of berserkers and a whole line of regular marauder infantry as well. Yep, just marauder berserkers and regular marauder infantry. Then also a single shaman sorcerer of fire on foot, and Wolfric on foot as well. Wolfric coming in with his Sword of Torgold and his boat. Hunter of Champions as well for just maximum melee prowess, dueling prowess. For the Shaman Sorcerer coming in with 2 spicy spells, one with Burning Head, the other Flaming Storm for a lot of AoE damage. While on the other side, Teens go for their own spicy builds with the Artillery Soul Grinder, just for sniping out characters and any single entity monsters and whatnot. Probably can try sniping Skin Wolves as well due to their fire weakness. Wait, no. Soul Grinder doesn't have flaming damage, so it's not gonna matter anyways. It does have magic damage to cut through the physical resistance on the Skin Wolves though, so that's something that helps against angry Skin Wolves. Yeah, werewolves of the Norskins. Anyways, 2 flamers in the front, bringing maximum firepower, no pun intended, and also some blue horrors on the flanks, and at the back, no pink horror at all, so relying pretty much all on the Soul Grinder and the double flamer for that damage output. In this guy's a Herald of Teens coming in with blue fire spams and the Infernal Gateway in case they need to clear out some infantry. For the melee infantry, we have spears and regular marauders in the front, and a couple halberds, one of them the Severed Claw, and one of them the Chosen with halberds at the back. Very elite infantry force, really. While the Norskins are going super duper wide. Let me just load up chat on my phone so that I can still catch up during the stream. Rockero, both builds look weird to me. Yeah, both builds are quite spicy, but already the Herald of Teens already shooting into some of these Marauder infantry with blue fire. You can see the marking on the ground, but the thing is that you don't want to shoot. Oh, that's a lot of shots wasted from the Herald of Teens on his disc, shooting into the trees. Instead, he probably want to turn off fire at will and just stay outside of the tree line, and maybe when some of these Skin Wolves approach, he can start shooting. Especially, there is no missiles from the other than the Marauder horses, of course. Like, these are just wastes of damage, really. So much damage concentrated in a shot, but you're just blasting away at freaking Marauders, so bit of waste. But anyways, the Flamers are already roasting all these Marauder in the front line there. These guys need to pull back because they don't want to get engaged in melee. But overall doing some pretty nasty damage along the line, especially with the blue fire blasting away at the Marauder Berserkers. At the back there, Marauder Horsemen are moving in to skirmish against the blue horrors, but 160 models of blue fire chugging their flames into the Marauder horses will make rather short work of them. Yeah, you can see that that's a lot of damage coming in. They're still charging in, so they might be able to tie down the Marauder. They might be able to tie down blue horrors in melee a little bit just to silence them a little longer. But a very nice flame storm blasting away. Whoa, it's mostly missing. Probably trying to hit the Chosen, but then they just moved out of the way because of the long casting time. The front line though, Marauders and Blue Fire and all those Teens missiles have been doing wonders against the Norscan melee line. You can see that a lot of Marauder infantry are breaking already. Some Berserkers came back, but then Flamers will quickly persuade them to back off. Skin Wolves are not engaging, but once the Skin Wolves get hit by the Flamers, they will get absolutely roasted due to their fire weakness. A second Flamestorm going down the line, this is definitely a mistake here. Mostly missing the spell. Probably should have dropped those spells onto these Marauders just to break them faster and allow the Skin Wolves to actually move on to the Flamers. But I don't see how the Norskins can deal with the Chosen at this point. Perhaps, I guess, oh, throwing axes, Marauders. That's one way to do it, but they have taken quite a bit of nasty damage from all those blue horrors right now. So it's pretty much down to the Skin Wolves, cutting through all those Tinge melee infantry and then allowing the throwing axes to work down the Chosen. But right now, Chosen are still full health, not a single HP is dropped, because they still have almost a full barrier. Nothing is really cutting through them right now, while the Herald of Tinge is just blasting away at Wolfrek, who doesn't really enjoy getting sniped. He doesn't have any healing like Throg, so yeah, things are looking rather rough for the Norskins. Yeah, all the Skin Wolves are being persuaded away by the superior firepower from the Tinge army. And all that's left are some Marauders who are still fighting through a bunch of Tinge Chaffee front line, but once they get hit by the Chosens, they will get hit like a truck. At the back there's still some Skin Wolves regrouping, but the Flamers will be moving up to shoot them away. Even if they don't and back off, Savage Claw is here in place, ready to intercept the Skin Wolves approaching and threatening the Flamers. At the back, these Flamers got, yeah, pretty much undisturbed right now. Secured at the back with a bunch of blue horrors and Marauders surrounding them. They should be firing just fine, although these blue horrors are being constantly harassed by the cycle charging of Marauder horses. But at this point, things are not looking, honestly, not looking great for the Norskins. Wolfrek being tied down by a bunch of Chosen. He is getting grind down eventually, especially Chosen with halberds. They do have a bit of armor piercing to work through Wolfrek's armor. And yeah, at this point, it is only a matter of time before the Norscan infantry buckles and backs off. So yeah, that should be it. Some of the Marauder horses are still firing, but alas, that is not going to be enough. That is not going to be enough. Especially there's so much shields on the field ready for the Tinge army to block shots and whatnot. You can see that the damage value is significantly ahead for the Tinge army right now. Yeah. The Soul Grinder also did well. Did some pretty good damage, expanded most of its ammo, but mostly, of course, oh, there's an anti-large bonus in his shots. Okay, that makes sense why it's so good at sniping out large targets. But yeah, you will see the final struggle of the Norskins as these Skin Wolves are approaching terrifying territory. Like, they're gonna get like hit a couple of times, and then everything comes in, surround them, and they will be terrified by the presence of Soul Grinder. More blue fire going down the line, but still failing to snipe out Wolfrek. But alas, he shatters army loss as his hit, and there goes the Norscan army. So, army performances, Skin Wolves really didn't do well here. Well, they are armored, so things are a little bit better for them against the blue horror firepower, but against Flamers and the Soul Grinder both having armor piercing, this is not gonna bode well for them. The infantry, though, yeah, got mostly blasted away. Their lack of armor really comes in into a massive disadvantage for them, hitting them pretty hard with those blue fire volleys and blue horror volleys and the Flamers. And yeah, as a result, most of the Norscan army didn't really do well against the extreme firepower of the Tinge army. So none of them really earned back their value here, while the Tinge army did well with all those shots coming in. And then the Chosen and the Savage Claw basically guarded the missile assets tightly, so everything got repelled by their elite melee status, and the Flamers got some ridiculous value out of all those skin wolves, who does have flaming fire weakness. So the flaming shots are extra effective. Blue horrors with their firepower also getting some really good damage done. Also work down multiple of those rotor horses, and infantry using their shields, they are just there to absorb damage, allowing the flamers to fire in a relative safe position. So yeah, that's the first battle outside of my own. And let's see who else is playing or waiting to play. Golden Floof advancing, so congratulations to him, and good GG to Captain Morgan, or Captain Rumschmuck in this scenario. Is this someone who is still waiting to start the game? Okay. Ronin versus Phoenix King. Cool. Yeah, cool. I'll just jump in and spectate then. Oh, and there's Saber's Regnum versus Rider of Rohan previously as well. Okay. Anyways, let us just check out this fight. Not sure. Oh, it's High Elf versus Wood Elves, and I do think that High Elves has a major advantage in this matchup in general because of their armored cavalry. If you spam armored cavalry, it's rather hard for the Wood Elves to handle, due to their lack of their own armored anti-large. Yeah, let's just unblock the army and then check out the army picks. One reason why I think that the High Elves would have a major advantage over Wood Elves is that they have the second best or second most cost efficient skirmishing infantry in the entire game, the Shadow Warriors. They actually outtrade the Way Watchers because, well, you don't have to invest into extra armor piercing into their shots, so plus I don't think they have poison. I think, wait, Shadow Walkers have poison. Anyways, they just trade because of their own skirmishing capacity and the fact that you don't have to waste investment onto armor piercing or extra range. You can actually get a very cost efficient trade against the Way Watchers. So it's hard for the Wood Elves to win this fight, especially when there's so much archers on the field right now. 3 Shadow Warriors, 5 Lothian Sea Guard with shields, providing some solid missile frontline that can also double as a melee frontline, and then 3 Dragon Princes supported by a single Mage of Life, and there's also an Archmage of Death in the sky, coming in with Aspect of the Dread Knight to provide that magic attack to surrounding units, which is all these, not surrounding units, but selected units, which is the Dragon Princes, ignoring one of the most important protection to the Wood Elves, their physical resistance. The Terror is more like a secondary thing, really. And then Spirit Leech to also drain away the health of the Wood Elf Cavalry. That is rather expensive. I don't think the Mage of Life on foot is a good idea, but who knows, maybe Phoenix King here knows something I don't. Anyways, for those who don't know, Phoenix King is on the blue side here, so High Elves, which honestly, given the name, not too surprised. For the Wood Elves here, Ronin is going for a front line of Dryads and backed up by Eternal Gods. We have a 3 Way Watchers, quite a... Oh, and also like a Blade Lord in the front line on his great stack, coming in with only Prayer of Anathema. So quite a classic Wood Elf build. We have some Glade Riders on the side, and 4 of them, in fact, just for more mobility, and that's about it. Now, I'm not sure what the Wood Elves can do against such reckless combination of firepower, but we shall see. Things is gonna be rough for sure. 180 range on the Shadow Warriors and 190 range on the Way Watchers. So even if the Way Watchers can get that slightly earlier first shot onto the Shadow Warriors can quickly approach close enough to just fire back and do some really nasty counter fire damage. So we shall see what happens. But right now, Phoenix King definitely doesn't want to move his Archmage up a little too much, because the Prayer of End of Rayma might just come in and pin her there, and then the Weight Watchers will just take her out. So we shall see. The thing about bird model is that they actually get knocked back a bit. Whenever they wait, why did the chat got refreshed or some shit? Okay, never mind. I think it's still there. Anyways, yeah. Anton Vojovic, Phoenix King is one of the best high elf players there is. Yeah, indeed. I mean, this man stuck with the high elves despite they suck in game 2. So, if that's not dedication, I don't know what else is dedication. Well, the high elves don't actually suck. They just kind of suffers a bit during like they suffered a bit for a certain time during the game's lifespan. But yeah. Anyways, the first wave of arrow fire going down onto the Weight Watchers, and this is what I'm saying here. Once they can start blasting at the Weight Watchers, they can do some really cost-efficient damage, while they themselves are still hidden. Because of the Archmage of Death advancing rather forward here, one of the Weight Watchers are spotted, and then now they're back down to unspotted territory. Loven Seagull will be tanking some shots. Their shields will be absorbing some of the ammo with 55% of block chance, making the Weight Watchers ammo much less effective. Also, now that the Weight Watchers took a heavy volley, none of the units models are dead, but they are still being forced to take an Earth Blood early just to keep them alive and help them survive longer into the late game to trade. Oh, there's actually some... Oh yeah, okay, I thought there's some archers. Never mind. Shadow Warriors will move out. Some of them took some shots, and now Weight Watchers have been exposed. I still don't know why these ones are exposed, but these are not. Weight Watchers are supposed to have snipe, so they are not supposed... Wait, no. Wait, Weight Watchers don't have snipe? Oh no! Okay, this makes sense why they got spotted. Every time they fire, they got spotted. So I guess it's the Hulk Eyes of Drakira that has snipe, but that makes no sense. Wait, why the Weight Watchers don't have snipe? That makes no sense. I swear they used to have snipe, but anyways, maybe they never had, and I just forgot. But yeah, a nasty cast of dollars below here. Phoenix King is a little bit slow to react, so some of the Loven Seagull took quite a bit of damage, just not a lot of that model so far. One of the Loven Seagull is absolutely trashed by the volleys of Weight Watcher fire, but they are all a quarter of their ammo down, and they still have like what, 4 Loven Seagull to work on, and they still... And the most important thing is that there's no good options to deal with the Dragon Princess other than the Weight Watchers, so they need to be careful here. They can't just afford wasting all those ammo on the Loven Seagull. They need to start pushing. If anything, why are you running? Just push those Dryads out. Just push those Dryads out and hit the Loven Seagull. Or maybe they're afraid of a high elf missile kite, but anyways, they need to start pushing. Like, they can't just afford trading missiles against the Loven Seagull when there's still like 3 Dragon Princes on the field ready to run them down to pieces. Especially Phoenix King is very good with his cavalry micro. He is one of those people who would just go full cavalry and kite you to death, or psycho charge you to death, or kind of thing. But is he forest camping? I don't know, but like he's pushing out of forest now, so perhaps not. I mean, if there's any, honestly, if there are any rules concerns, I would say that you want to contact CoolUmbrella instead. Yeah, I'm just mostly jumping into cast, so. But I think that's, like, there was a bit of forest camping earlier, but now I think that's mostly fine. A little bit of a Prayer of Anarframe pinning down the Dragon Princess, but the Weight Watchers are not in the position to exploit that. So a lot of these, this pin down has done nothing to the army right now, and instead wasting a lot of the... It's not really wasting their ammo, and they're actually still doing damage to the Dragon Princess, but a lot of ammo is indeed wasted by all those shots into the tree. So Wood Elves do have a little bit of advantage of not being not getting hindered as much when they're firing in the tree lines, but still things are looking even so far. But I do say that the Wood Elves have less of an upper hand here, and more of that goes more to the High Elves, because the Dragon Princes are still roaming around. Well, these ones got pinned down by Eternal Gods, and the arm piercing would be very effective in cutting down the Dragon Princes. They need to back out or just move somewhere, especially when there's like Waywatcher fire focusing onto them right now. So they are backing up, or they just kind of auto backed out because of the leadership issues. But right now, the Wood Elves still have a lot of ammo reserves left, and they can just kite these Dryads really if they want to. But of course, Dryads will make short work of the Loathsome Sea God. Dragon Princes will also get run off the surface of the map. These ones are getting hit, but they can back out or just receive a little bit of a healing, and they should be fine and extract themselves from the fight. And yeah, the major concern are these. Okay, this is a bad mistake from Phoenix King here. The Shadow Warriors, a very important tool to deal with the Waywatchers, are now being caught by Dryads and taking heavy casualties. They are not Shadow Walkers. They don't have anti-infantry bonus in melee fights, and they got hit pretty hard in that battle. In that little engagement there. Loathsome Sea God will be pushing in to stop those Dryads, but they need something harder to stop the aggressive infantry, like the Dragon Princess, for example. But yeah, healing has been dropped onto the High Elf units. Some of them have already taken quite significant casualties, but they're still holding. Waywatchers now running low on ammo, but still enough to kill all 3 Dragon Princes, I reckon. Especially some of them has run low in terms of hit points. Shadow Warriors, though, will continue to trade against the Waywatchers, trying to work. Ooh, wait, are all 3 of them still? All 3 of them still have 60 unit models left. Very nice control from Ronin there, keeping all those Waywatchers alive. So even if they took HP damage, they actually didn't lose any of those damage output, because their unit models are still there. Well, 3 unit models those died, but that's just 3 out of 60. So things are looking quite nasty for the High Elves now, especially with the Shadow Warriors being pushed out of position, unable to support the fight in the middle. Oh, a bad mistake here. Archmage trying to dive down onto the Glade Lord and kill her, but she exposed herself to the focus fire from all 3 Waywatchers. Good news is that it's not really good news when they still have like, what, 6 volleys? But Waywatchers will try to come in and get rid of them. No, sorry. Dragon Princess will come in and try to get rid of the Waywatchers, perhaps taking a few more volleys in the process. On the far side, Dragon Princess still tied down by Glade Riders, and the Archmage of Death really paying the ultimate price here, taking so much HP damage from that one volley. While the Loathsome Sea God are not gonna come back, they are being chased off by the Dryads. And then back there, there's still some Shadow Warriors kiting. Loathsome Sea God also routing away, while these Shadow Warriors needs to have their, they really need to turn on their fire at will. They're not shooting at all, perhaps trying to conserve ammo, which is a very common maneuver for high-end players. But right now, they are being chased without doing any damage in return, and I don't know if if they have any time to do more damage. But in the forest, a massive catch from the Dragon Princess right now, running down multiple units of the Waywatchers, one of them down to half strength, and the other also quickly dropping with the devastating charge. Now, there are some Glade Riders jumping in, hoping to slow down the Dragon Princess, but they should hold out for a few seconds longer. The fear, of course, the fear from the Glade Lord's Great Stag would be limiting their leadership, but they are still fighting on, with being one of the most elite cavalry in the entire world that was. Anyways, with a bit of psycho charging and finally the Shadow Warriors start shooting, the Eternal Gods and the Dryads have been worked down. There are some Glade Riders rushing in, and they should do some pretty good charge impact damage onto Shadow Warriors without a compact formation or charge defense. So again, they just need to start turning on fire at will right now. Just shoot whatever thing that gets close to them before they dies. But yeah, balance of power is once again back to the middle. The Archmage needs to back out of there though. Armor of Stars is giving her stock ability, so she is not spottable right now. But the Dragon Prince support over here is gone, and on the other side, these Shadow Warriors are being caught by the Dryads and being ran down. Oh, they're back there. A few volleys from the Shadow Warriors managed to successfully rout off all these Eternal Gods, the Glade Riders, and some of the Dryads as well. They should start moving back to the middle now, but the Loathsome Sea God being tattered as they are just kind of keep shooting at the Dryads, making sure that they will rout off a little longer or just not going to return. Okay, these Loathsome Sea God are backing up. Okay, cool. Just trying to avoid those Eternal Gods who are setting their eyes on the prize, going after the Loathsome Sea God in the forest. And without the blockage of foliage, they can just walk right through trees. They can easily catch up to the Loathsome Sea God being slowed down by the terrain. Over here, Archmage now is getting shot at by the Glade Lord, trying really hard to dump down those Spirit Leech here to work down the Glade Lord, but Earthblood will be here to counteract that damage and keeping the Glade Lord in the fight. Things are not completely done for the High Elves just yet. They still have quite a bit of firepower available. But yeah. Let's see how much range. Okay. The Archmage is not coming back. The Glade Lord is going to catch up to her and pop in a couple more shots, and the Archmage will fall. So all that's left on the field is just one Foot Mage of Life, one Dragon Princess, and a couple more Shadow Warriors. I do think that at this point, Ronin needs to move out of the forest though. Like, if he keeps staying in the forest, that's just gonna be forest camping. Oh wait, Eternal Gods are pushing, I guess, but... Oh, and also spamming Earthblood. So... yeah, they might just be able to just focus down... Okay, if Ronin comes out piecemeal with his units, then things are... like, Phoenix King still has a decent chance to win this, because... these piecemeal units can just get focused down by the crossfire from Loathsome Sea God and maybe a single charge from the Dragon Princess, especially if they're not braced and whatnot. Yeah, right now Ronin just really trying to top up the hit points of all these tattered units, but they need to move out at some point. Yeah, the Eternal Gods are gonna get dealt with soon, but are they moving out, or are they just moving into from forest to forest? Okay, this is a bit boring. This is, I mean, okay, I guess there are some units out of the forest. I need to check the forest rules to see what counts as forest camping and what counts as not forest camping, but yeah, like, it's a fine line to tread. So forest abuse with significant portions. Oh, players may not hold defense positions in forests with significant portions of their army. The attacking rule cannot force players to attack enemy units in or next to forests. Players may instead retreat to open field from such units until they no longer affect their army. Okay, at least Ronin is moving out of the forest right now, but most of his forces are still in the tree line. Dryads especially healthy right now. Yeah, shit, what the fuck? Let me... yeah, so basically Ronin is just standing here with his units not attacking. This might be a break of his attacking rule. It's a fine line to tread, but a lot of the forces are just staying back in the tree line. We're on the 13-minute mark. And most of these units are just sitting back, allowing one unit at a time to absorb the shots from all those high elf units. CoolUmbrella, I think we do have a potential rule break here. You might have to make a ruling on this. Because for the last 2-3 minutes, Ronin has been sitting in the forest with all his forces and just sending out one Eternal God with shields to absorb all the shots from the Lothern Sea God and Shadow Warrior. So you might want to rule on this one. Either ways, let's see how this ends. Maybe we don't have to... Oh, yeah. A dodge right there, but yeah. This is gonna be rough. A potential forest camping and a potential attack rule break in the late end of the game. CoolUmbrella, I'll send you the replay file. Wait, are you working? Oh, you're cleaning, so I assume you're at home. So oh wait, no. Yeah, you're literally in the fight. Okay, I'll send you the replay file afterwards and let you have a look. Yeah, while Phoenix King is still dealing with Ronin, and yeah. But yeah, anyways, let's see what happens in the end. Dragon Princess might just be able to save the day. We shall see. A massive charge engagement, but the Weight Watchers are coming in with the last couple volleys. The Shadow Warriors are still moving and firing, but the Glade Riders are coming in to run them down. Oh, things are not looking great for the High Elves right now. There's just so much damage. Oh, a nice counter charge from the Dragon Princess, wrecking the Glade Riders. A little bit of point blank shot from the Lothern Sea God as well, just working down the Glade Lord, but I am afraid that this might just be the last hurrah of the High Elves. Weight Watchers are coming in to compromise the Lothern Sea God, who are still in guard mode and firing point blank at the Glade Lord. While at the back there, Dragon Princes and Shadow Warriors trying their best to fight it out, but there are still way too many units on the field. There are still a couple of volleys from the Weight Watchers, which should be enough to deal with the Dragon Princess. Oh, nice! Getting the Glade Lord routing can be huge. But how many volleys? 4 volleys left on the Shadow Warriors. The other ones still have 2 volleys left. So, yeah, things are looking quite dicey here. I don't know if they have enough units to just work down so many without infantry. But the last couple of volleys from the Weight Watchers might just be the straw that breaks the camel's back here. The Dragon Princes have been taking a lot of damage. Army losses is hit, and there goes the High Elf army. Yikes, I don't enjoy watching this in the half. Oh, shit. Alright, not gonna check the army performances because I'm quickly just doing some replay sanding. Oh, that was a dragged out fight. I don't appreciate that. Let's hope the next one's a little bit tighter in terms of action. But yeah, CoolUmbrella, if you're still listening, I've sent you the replay, and yeah. There goes PA and Floof. Okay, let's see if they're still playing. Or... bumping into my freaking desk again. Now, I don't know if they have started their fight yet. Okay, cool. There's a spectator spot. No! Host has left the game. No! Okay, maybe that's not the game? No, they might just started the battle. Oh well. Anyways. Golden Floof and... Anyways, let's just check out... Wait, what's happening in the... Oh, okay. Cool. But yeah, that was a little bit... I guess it was slightly campy because most of the army was just hiding in the forest. Some archers are advancing, but most of the army, like all that's on the field is just a single unit of Eternal Gods tanking shots. So I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, Golden Floof and Nurgle's PA have started their battle, so we can check out some replays sent in by the earlier games. Rider of Rohan has... Okay, Bevret, let's just check out his replay. Not sure who he was playing again, so... Yeah, okay, so, another Norscan game. Oh no! I know who advanced. So, spoiler, Norscan lost again. Oh no! Well, 3 Marauder Champions, 3 Skin Wolves, 4 Ice Wolves, a single Beast of Tashnar, 3 Marauders, one of them the Ice Horn Marauders, a single Fire Shaman Sorcerer, and Frog. Not sure if the Fire Shaman Sorcerer is a good pick here. Perhaps they might want to have just... Yeah, definitely feels like the a metal one is better. Because right now, what you're gonna see is just Dark Elves going for Cold One Knights, and Skin Wolves doesn't have the armor piercing. Anyways, we'll fast forward. Wait, oh wait, no. On the Dark Elf side, we have a front line of kiting Black Corsairs. Of course, they are great at kiting, shooting, and also they can fight decently in melee combat. Decent stat lines and heavy armor means that they should do just fine against Marauders, and then further back Bleak Swords to slow down enemy advance, and then 4 cavalry units. One of them the Dark Riders, the rest all Cold One Knights. In the skies, the Supreme Sorcerers of Soul Stealer Magic, and that's it for the army builds overall. Now with the Black Corsairs just kiting forward, the Marauders have no choice but to take those shots. Mobility wise, the Norscans are moving in. Oh shit, I forgot the blocker. Okay, sorry, my bad. Yeah, anyways. Let's just do it again. That was embarrassing. That's why I don't put blocker all the time, because I forgot about it all the time. Anyways, we have a front line of Marauder champions, a front line of Marauders backed up by Marauder champions at the back. Ice Horn Marauder, one of them being the slightly more elite, immune to psychology Norscan Marauders. Frog leading the army with only himself, no abilities or items. Skin wolves, a bunch of ice wolves as well. On the other side, beasts of Tashnar and more ice wolves and skin wolves. For the Dark Elves, a front line of kiting Black Corsairs and then a bunch of bleak swords. And further back, Dark Riders and a bunch of Koa Knights in the skies. Raven Heralds, a really nice choice here because the Norskins do not really have that much missiles. And even if they do, it's not really great mobility missiles. Maybe Marauder horses, but they still don't. They can't really catch the Raven Herald, who will be constantly on the run. Supreme Sorceress of Soul Stealer magic here. And yeah, that's it for the army builds. Again, I don't know if the Shaman Sorcerer Fire is a good choice here. He's gonna get hit hard by anything coming his way. Burning Hand is going down the line here, roasting some of the Black Corsairs who got hit and sandwiched by Skin Wolves and Ice Wolves. So they are suffering quite heavily, but I do think that the Burning Head might be better. Just go down the line here and hit up Black Corsairs and the Bleak Swords to punch through the enemy front line. Somehow the Burning Head went all the way from here to there and still hit up some of the Black Corsairs, but the Black Corsairs overall are just shooting and kiting all the way. Marauder champions still having solid armor and melees that they are just holding. Yeah, and just tanking those shots hard. Yeah. In the front, Frog is taking some skirmishing damage from the Black Corsairs. A Soul Stealer in front here, dropping in, draining the health of Supreme Sorcerers, the Shaman Sorcerer of Fire, and the Beast of Tashnar. Sorceress definitely was trying to hit up and snipe out the Shaman Sorcerer. Yeah, the Supreme Sorceress trying to snipe out the Shaman Sorcerer of Fire there, while at the back there, the Koa Knights are overrunning all those Norscan resistance. The Ice Wolves are gone. Where are the Skin Wolves? Probably dead as well, yeah. Yeah, I'm only seeing Skin Wolves on the left side. The third Skin Wolf unit is gone. Oh wait, no, the first unit of Skin Wolves moved all the way here just because the Norscan seems to be doing slightly better on this flank, but not gonna be long here because Koa Knights, who are buffed up by Murderous Prowess, are pushing into the combat and start hacking through all these poor Skin Wolves, while Frog being tied down onto one of the Bleak Swords, getting shot point blank crossfired by multiple units of Black Corsairs, Raven Heralds, and just Raven Heralds and one unit of Black Corsairs, but that's all it needs to take to bring down Frog's HP, especially the Raven Herald's armor piercing shots, doing even more effective damage. Skin Wolves are still healing though, and they are slowly but surely dragging down the Koa Knight, but oh no, a massive Soul Stealer hitting up Frog and everything in the blob. All 3 units of Skin Wolves got hit. Yeah, all 3 units of Skin Wolves got hit, earning back massive value for the Supreme Sorceress here. Every tick is 50 gold worth of damage value, and my god, all this routed and just army losses straight away. Yikes. That was a brutal Soul Stealer in the end there, and I do like Marauder champions, but definitely I don't think it's a great pick against the Dark Elves. Because against Dark Elves, you want something to handle their Koa mobility. Their infantry is not that much of a deal, but you need to deal with their cavalry, and then whenever the Soul Stealer lot drops down, just to snipe her out. But yeah, definitely not Wolfric, though. Frog is a good choice here because he has regeneration, so the Soul Stealer healing would be less of a problem to him. But yeah, overall, unfortunately, all these units got hit hard by the Black Corsair kiting, and so that shall spell the end of the Norscan army. Man, I just want to see the Norscan army win for once. Like, holy shit. Everyone, including myself, has been losing as the Norscans. The Soul Stealer is brutal and all that, but still, come on. We need better Norscan players. No. Anyways, while the rule break issue is still going on here, we can view another. We have a bunch of replays in reserve here, so we're not short of anything for now. Another replay, this time coming from Dr. Nerd. Let's see, Doctor Nerd. Norsca is popular in this tourney, Captain Morgan. Unfortunately, none of us are good enough to make it work. I feel ashamed as a Northman. No, I'm not. Okay, who's? Okay, we have Captain Rumschmuck here. Finally, spoiler alert, Captain Rumschmuck winning as the Norscans. Finally, for once, which I am not surprised. We have 2 mammoths here and a bunch of Marauder champions to grind through the Grand Cathay front line and smash into the artillery back line here. Yeah, with the mass of the mammoths, the Cathay missiles are definitely not in a comfortable situation. But yeah, we have wait, don't tell me it's crashing, please. Okay, cool, it's fine. Calm down. But yeah, while the road. Oh right, I forgot the first. CoolUmbrella, why did you pick this map? I hate this one. Alpine Ridge, one of the worst map in the entire game because of this whole entire thing. But yeah, the Cathay army is in a massive disadvantage right now. They can't really back off because okay, there's still plenty of space to back off, but still that might be screwing with them with the attacking rule. But like, so much range of the artillery is wasted. You can see that all that just wasted. They can't shoot at anything here. A little bit of that Cherry Blossom win going down the line on a bunch of these Marauder champions, but honestly not the greatest work here because the main advantage of the Cherry Blossom win. Anyways, the main advantage is that it provides a little bit of that blinded debuff, reducing enemy melee stats. Right now, there's nothing engaging them, so the melee stat reduction doesn't do anything. And all these missile units are just sitting there, not having any advantage in terms of range whatsoever, because everything is just approaching across the roof, across the ridge, and now moving towards them. And now finally, shots are fired, but yeah, all that range is just essentially wasted. Already a little bit of a back foot for the Cathay army, really. They probably should have just backed up a bit. Like, I'm sure nobody would have mind in this scenario here. And the lure of boats going down. 1 peasant long spears probably could have placed better to just hit 2, but either way, damage is damage. 1 of the long spears are gone, and having such a wide front line means that the front line is also rather thin. There's no reserve troops behind them, so yeah, things can be dicey right now. So either ways, Marauder champions being fired upon by the Jade Warrior crossbows, but the mammoths are slamming in from the flanks. Crane gunners there's nothing to protect them, nothing with any mass, and the sentinel is just standing in the middle there and not able to deal with the war mammoths, who already rout off one of the crane gunners, one of the main units that can deal with the Marauder champions here. And without them, things are looking quite grim for the Cathay already. War Mammoth here is slamming into the Grand Cannon as well. The Grand Cannon just simply not able to shoot at them as they were moving from the flanks, and the ridge blocking their line of sight. A Flamestorm as well from the... Wait, where? I'm expecting a Burning Head, but okay, Flamestorm works as well, but just not the most predictable spell. Can it damage the Jade Warriors? It can, but also ruin the Marauder champions. Probably did more friendly fire over there, but either ways, I guess routing off 2 units of Cathay army, but well, routing off 1 unit of Cathay army and another unit of Jade Warriors, that helps, I guess. But yeah, already there's not really much they can do. Although 1 War Mammoth got sniped by something, by point blank cannons perhaps, and being pushed off. But the Marauder hunters with javelins are here to work down the Terracotta Sentinel. There's no healing against the... Why is the Flamestorm still back here? It makes no sense. Or it just moved all the way here. I don't even know. But like, Flamestorm has a mind of their own. The first semi has been played. I joined I joined in the game late, so I couldn't actually cast them live. So hopefully somebody saved the replay and we can watch it. Anyways, a really good Burning Head going down the line, hitting 3 units of Cathay units. the Ancestral Warriors and Peasant Long Spears and some of these Grand Canyon crew as well. At the back there, War Mammoth has recuperated, now jumping into the fight once more, while the Marauder Hunters, oh, these are throwing axes, so they are just chucking their throwing axes, doing some nice damage overall. And if, yeah, they're just setting their eyes on the Terracotta Sentinel to chuck all those armor-piercing fire into their enemy's face. Marauder Hunters still pushing forward because they might want to just get those Crane Gunners with their ranged missiles. War Mammoth chasing after the Bandits of the Silver Road. Not exactly sure why they're here today, because they can add the flammable effect, but I don't know. I just feel like they don't do much when you're combining them with the Cathay army. Yes, the Cathay cannons artillery generally does fire damage, but overall, you're not doing yourself any favor here, because when the bandits can start shooting, the monsters are usually close enough to breach your front line. So yeah. Anyways, one of the Mammoths have routed, the other is chasing down some routed archers, and the Norscans are having the advantage right now. There's no direct damage spells against Wolfric, so you just have to work him down in melee, especially now that he's on foot. He's jumping on top of the Terracotta Sentinel, doing some nice damage. But the throwing axes are chugging. They probably should just focus down the Sentinel, really. But yeah, they're just throwing. Yeah, now they're focusing down the Sentinel. Finally, the Shugengan Lord decided to jump on the Marauder Hunters, but at this point, things might just be too late here. The Crane Gunners are all on a mass exodus. Jade Warriors being chased off by Mammoth. The Dragon Blood Shugengan Lord was not having a good time against Wolfric here, having more Hunter of Champions and Sword of Torgold to synergize with the Hunter of Champions. Yeah, things are looking dicey with the Cathay army, and with the Lord routed, yeah, it's just army losses, and the lone Terracotta Sentinel would not be able to handle this. So yeah, army performances, we have the Crane Gunners who could have been the carry of the game, but unfortunately the damn ridge in the middle just blocking everyone's shots on the Cathay side. So the missiles of Cathay just not able to do their work here. Was not able to carry the game, and crossbows, they don't have, and the Bandits of the Silver Road, they don't have that kind of DPS to deal with all these armored armored infantry and the armored monsters. So unfortunately, they got ran down and routed off early, and alongside the Crane Gunners, Cathay melee infantry, some of them did well against the monsters, but the others not so much. Not so much. Yeah. For the Norscans, though, Mammoth did well, just routing off the missile units, which is exactly what they are supposed to do. The infantry also pushed hard, just wrecking the Cathay infantry. Despite the Cathay infantry is quite defensive in nature, they just don't have the stats to compete with the elite Marauder champions here. The throwing axes, one of them did well, shooting up the Sentinels in the end. The other two not so much, being heavily damaged by the missiles of Cathay. And yeah, we did see some firestorm, but yeah, that's not too decisive for the battle here. Anyways, let's see if we can just jump into a battle. Yeah, Golden Floof has played, which is okay. Let's see if Phoenix King and and Dredge. Wait, what? Okay, Dredge versus Ronin now. It's probably a forest rule break, but it's just a chill Friday match. We can leave the hardcore rules lawyering after the match, but right now, let's just have some fun. Golden Floof and... Okay, let's see. Golden Floof and... Nurgle's PA has played, but we can just check out their games later. Or maybe we can just check out their games. I'm not sure how is the lobby situation going on right now between Ronin and... Okay, cool. We got a lobby. Join... Ah. You got, Okay, let's see if they have a spectator slot, because I can't join without a spectator slot. Okay, cool. And we don't have, I don't think we have army picks just yet, so yeah. I mean, but yeah, finally we have the first Norscan victory in the entire tournament. It's quite disheartening to see these cool Northmen strong and strong, powerful, brutish, and yet they're just getting slammed by everything else. But yeah, it seems that this one's fine. This one time everything did fine. And yeah. The power of mammoths saves the day. Alright, is it Lizardmen versus Bretonnia this time? Lizardmen versus Grand Cathay. This is not gonna end well for Grand Cathay, I think. Or maybe not. Depends on the build, really, but I don't know. Oh no! What are you doing, Trash? I would hate you if you do. Oh, I don't know if you're listening to my stream or anything, but God, no, no, not this combo. Oh, oh. I swear, if this is another long grind, I would just like sit back and chill and maybe have a shot of whiskey or something. I can't just sit there and wait for the grind to go over. Wait, is Gotrek and Felix banned? Like, is Gotrek and Felix banned in the Friday night fights? Oh, Fruit rules, but there's still specific ban on Gotrek and Felix, so... Oh, no. I know I shouldn't be talking about builds, but please give me an exception. Like, God, not this. Alright, we got the army dealt with, so let's just have the army blocker off and get out the builds. For the Lizardmen or Dredge. Okay, Ronin as the Lizardman going for a bunch of Dredge is Grand Cathay, I think. Anyways, Lizardman, we have a couple Riperdactyls, 3 Croxagores, not Boxagores, just Croxagores. We have a single Stegodon, Tic-Tac-Toe with a Skink Priest of Heavens, coming in with a bunch of infantry as well. 5 skink, regular skinks to tie down enemy infantry, 3 Colt ones, and a single Saurus warrior, plus a single cohort of Sotek. Oh god, what is this lighting? Oh god. But yeah, on the other side we have Gotrek. We don't have Felix though, so that's a plus, I guess. But yeah, still, goddamn. I don't want Gotrek. But of course, if we have Gotrek, that means we also have Miao Ying. And then the front line mixed in of peasant spears, peasant jade warriors. They are pretty much peasants, let's be fair. And then we have a few Iron Hell gunners at the back. From what I saw from the army build card. What else we have? Grand cannons, I think. Yeah, a couple grand cannons to shoot down any monsters, and which will be very key here in dealing with the Croxagores. And I hate this lighting, seriously. What the hell? Okay. I turned off the lights in on my desk, so things are a little bit better now. Anyways, on the flanks we have some Jade Lancers. They are probably going to be on the flanks, although they're still being deployed right now. 4 Iron Hill Gunners for close range fire support, and Gotrek and Miao Ying coming in with Regrowth and Storm of Shadows to slow down enemy push and make the missile units a little bit more effective. For the other side, let's see what the Skink Priests have in terms of spell cast. Wait, what? Where them skink at? Yeah, right here. Coming in with Harmonic Convergence and Comet of Cassandora. Ronin definitely coming in with some spicy old school build today. Yeah, these are very, like, I feel like I'm back to Total Warhammer 2 again with all these builds. Freaking Furrow Stegodon, I've never seen them in Warhammer 3, although I don't really see them in Warhammer 2 either. But yeah. 3 Croxagores and a bunch of these skink infantry, mostly to support the Croxagore, and then Tic-Tac-Toe leading double Riperdactyls. Definitely dude is trying to have fun here with the 2 Riperdactyls supporting freaking Tic-Tac-Toe. Coming with nothing but rock drops. Doesn't even have Master of the Sky, just Mask of Heaven to booster the defenses of the surrounding Riperdactyls. Interesting. Yeah, just a rock drop and that's it. And focus instinct to stop rampage, but that's it. Interesting. It's not like anything would be rampaging other than the Croxagores though, so yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, the Furrowed Stegodon does rampage. Okay. Yeah, we can just stay here and let's see. Alright. Both armies are set. I do think that this map is not great for artillery because of the trees on the flanks here, forcing you to just kind of deploy back to maximize the advantage you get with the artillery range. But then if you deploy too far back, you're just kind of hitting the white line and will be breaking the white line rule. So things can be dicey on this map. Almost broke a white line rule before. But either ways, the Grand Cannons should make short work of the Croxagores now that they're already firing into the Croxies. And bam! A lot of hit points gone. They're probably gonna be dead the next hit. But more shots coming in, showering them with great hot cannonballs. Missing 3. This one lucky Croxagore. Those 4 cannonballs all missing. I like Comet and Thunderbolt against Grand Cathay. I guess Comet can deal with the heavy infantry, but I don't And Thunderbolt can deal with the artillery, but that is if you don't dodge the Thunderbolt at all. And it has a long wind-up time for cast. So, I don't know if it's actually worth it. Anyways, Grand Cannons are moving to shoot the Ripper Dactyls. This might be a mistake because they are kind of hard to hit in the skies. You might want to just keep hitting the Crossagores to keep your front lines sustained. But I guess you do want to shut down the Air Force so they can't just go over your infantry line and drop into your back line. But yeah, Cannonball's one of them actually hitting? No, just completely missing. Now another volley coming in, just entirely missing. Ripper Dactyls have this issue with their hitbox. Not really hitbox, it's just the swaying bird size model that also doesn't have the biggest hitbox, means that the shots, cannon shots are, like any artillery shots, are very easily missing these targets. Oh hey Knighthood, hi, nice to see you here again. But yeah, happy Friday everyone. And we're seeing some dino hunting, which is not going too well, honestly. Things are, like, the cannons are just not hitting those Ripper Dactyls. They want to just keep shooting at the Croxies and shut them down. But right now, Comet is going down. Is Ronin gonna dodge this? Okay, things are not looking great for the Iron Hail Gunners. Okay, they're moving, and they probably should be able to move out just fine. Especially the shot tilting towards the back of the... yeah. Towards, away from the unit, more like, yeah. But yeah, with the Croxies pushing... oh wait, no, Dredge. Oh, I mixed up the sides of the battle again, but yeah. Dredge is not having a good... I don't know if Dredge is having a great targeting priority here. Right now, some of the skinks are moving, slipping through the gaps of the infantry here, especially here. There's just not enough infantry here to stop all these Ferocal ones, Croxies, from pushing in. The cannons are mostly wasting their shots on units in the tree line, having their shots blocked, but at least the Croxies can be dealt with by Iron Hail Gunners, I suppose. But now that the cohort of Sotak are coming in, to just more and more lizards are pouring into the Cathay formation. Ripper Dactyls dropping in, compromising all these artillery and missiles as well. Things are looking quite dicey for Cathay for now. Although some of these Croxies are getting damaged pretty hard by the Iron Hail Gunners at almost point blank range, and the Grand Cannons, these guys are still shooting. Yeah, somebody give them a raise or something. The front line though, the Cathay front line is buckling indeed, even with their Harmony buff there, and just no match against an overload from the Lizardmen here. Really going all in with all those mobilities and monsters, just trying to work down the Cathay units as fast as possible, but the Peasant Long Spears shall hold the line, almost earning back their damage value, while over here the Feral Stagadons is almost completely gone, being targeted by multiple units of armor-piercing missiles. two cannons shooting at them, and also 2 more Iron Hail Gunners. That is a sad Stagadon indeed. Now Croxies are moving in. There's only one tattered unit of Jade Warriors trying desperately to stop them. Gotrek is fighting just fine among a bunch of Croxies. Iron Hail Gunners, oh god, the brutal volley of Iron Hails. Oh. And the Croxies are taking heavy damage, while the Long Spears are slowly but surely working down all these lizard units. The threat overload was a bold attempt, but the swarm of Peasant Long Spears, truly the bread and butter of the entire Cathay army, is saving the day. Some of them already earned back their value, some of them earning back way over their own cost and all that, so things are looking quite fine for Cathay right now. And the lizards, without any substantial monster to help them out, I don't count a Feral Stegodon as a substantial monster. They need to be something with over 10k HP, like the Feral like a Shredder of Lustria. Then it's something I would count. But right now, things are not looking too well. And yeah, the Lizardmen might just be outgrinded by the Cathay tenacity of Harmony, formation attack, and all that, and of course their missiles. Truly one of the deadliest tools of the Grand Cathay arsenal. Their missiles. But yeah, do enough damage with the missiles, and then the peasants with the buff of Harmony can pretty much win you the end game. Alright, give me a second. Okay. Yeah. Now the Iron Hails are switching their shots onto the Ripper Dactyl Riders. They are trying to dive in and disrupt the Cathay firing, but with point blank fire into their face and they themselves being rather fragile, only having 45 armor, being hit by spears from behind, they are quickly routed. More skinks are coming in with the help of Feral Cold Ones, but that's not gonna be enough to turn the tide. There's just way too many spears, and they still haven't dealt with Miao Ying or Go Trick. They still have plenty of steam left. So that's pretty much gonna be it for the Cathay army. While things are still going on right now, I'm just gonna quickly hydrate. But yeah, anyways, army losses will be hit. Like, all the skins we saw fighting were pretty much just hanging on barely by a thread. But with so many healthy peasants still hanging around, they pretty much has no choice but to just kind of eventually die. Like, the reason why those skins were still holding isn't because they are that good, but more because Cathay infantry, despite having great defensive stats, they are not good at damage dealing, so it takes them some time to work down enemy targets. So they're just kind of hanging on until that some time runs out. Anyways, army performance wise, definitely not taking a Feral Stegodon in any match in Warhammer 3. Proxy Ogres maybe, but the fact that they were stuck on freaking Jade Warriors when they're supposed to be good against Jade Warriors just really tells how strong Grand Cathay infantry is, and Croxies, despite being buffed, perhaps are still not the answer to a Cathay infantry line. But yeah, this is certainly a throwback. No javelins, no blow darts. I mean, javelins and blow darts are still popular in Warhammer 2, but still, like, seeing melee skinks being spammed like that is definitely a throwback. Tic-tac-toe as well, it's certainly a surprise pick, but not much was done by the guy. In contrast, the Grand Cathay army did pretty damn well, especially these goddamn Iron Hail gunners, doing ridiculous damage, twice their own cost. Also, Peasant Spears did really well, 1,000 gold worth of damage, well, goddamn. 600 on these ones, 600 again on this one. The others are like 200 something or 100, but that's not important. The important thing is that anti-large and high melee defense means that these guys can drag down Lizardmen monsters for days. Cavalry using their master pin down the Croxies, pin down the Ripper Dactyls, so the Peasant Long Spears can come in and follow up, was definitely a winning play, holding back the right flank and preventing the Lizardmen from overloading it. And yeah, like, the heroes don't even need to do that much either. Well, we'll just wait for... Who's next? We'll just wait for Nurgle's PA to come in and join Dredge on this battlefield. While we're doing that, gonna head off a bit. Give it a second, a couple minutes actually. Alright, I'm back. It seems that Nurgle's PA is in. Versus Dredge. Two pestilent players here. One carries pestilence, the other also carries pestilence. Well, one of them is actually pestilence itself, but yeah. Since, well, you know, Skaven pets, you know. But yeah. Not sure what they're picking. Like, Dredge is on Grand Cathay because he was playing Grand Cathay last time, but it's gonna be a best of... Oh, wait, it's gonna be a best of 3. Let me just open up stuff. Oh, wait, no, not this. There we go. Right. I forgot, it's a best of 3 in finals, which means we can actually get out a scoreboard and be fancy with everything. Just give me a second to... No. Get the tools done. Score right. Let's go. Where's left we have Nurgle's PA. And then on the right we have Dredge. And what do we have on screen? There we go. There we go. Should be fine. Yeah, it looks fine. Yeah, good enough. There we go. Let's just wait for them to do the picks and bans and then, yeah. Oh wait, no healing? Wait. Right. Let me think. Yeah, there were no healing for the Lizardmen army for sure, which probably put, like, from the previous game where the Lizardmen were fighting Cathay, the Lizardmen army had no healing. Oops, sorry. But yeah, had no healing, which is a major concern when you're dealing with so much missile units. Like, you're gonna inevitably take damage in the process of approaching your army, so you probably want some healing to keep your units alive. Like, even if you manage to get them into melee combat after the marching, they would usually be weakened enough that they can't even use half their original fighting power because they will just quickly rout it. After enough damage has accumulated and all that, so yeah, like, not having like, I still think that the best way to play against any box faction as Lizardman right now is just throw in a freaking shred of Lustria, spam healing on him with a life slant with regrowth, keep him like jumping around between different missile units, keeping everything silenced with his sheer mass and weight. And because he have missile resistance, he can actually tank out missiles relatively well. Like, if not, then just throw in, I don't know, Legend of Chocolate. Give him a bit of extra missile resistance when he is approaching enemy front line and whatnot. And maybe a bunch of Ripper-Dactyls to jump onto enemy missiles. But or just a bunch of cold ones swarming backlines and whatnot. But yeah, Wrath Crystal revives model, definitely a good thing. Yeah, but I don't know if Wrath Crystal is great in particularly against Cathay. Like, the Bastillodons are just great targets for artillery and missiles in general, and you bet it's gonna it's gonna be the first thing that gets sniped. Or maybe if you have a Dressorian, then you can go for a Distraction Carnifex tactic. Just using that Dressorian to capture the attention of all the artillery, but I don't know. I feel like Bastillodon can still be a bit dicey. If you're just bringing a life slant for healing, you can just drop him into the fray, and then have a legion of chocolate guarding him with missile resistance spams, and things will be relatively fine. I don't know. Yeah, with a life slant coming in with like Flesh to Stone and Regrowth plus Rev Crystal, maybe there's enough healing and resistance to keep the Dreadsaurian alive to jump around the battlefield and run down. Like, the great thing about Shredder is that they do have enough mass to just plow through whatever Cathay infantry on the field, so they couldn't really do too much against the Dreadsaurian. Even the cavalry will just get pushed away. A great thing about insane monsters like Stonehorns and Dreadsaurian, really. Oh shit, forgot to turn off the lights. Give me a second. But yeah, not sure what they're picking for the armies. They're still not moving anything. So we shall see. We shall see. Maybe there's enough time for us to cast some recordings. Right now, nothing's happening. They're not even changing factions, mate. Well, we have to wait a bit. But yeah, I do find that Rev Crystal works really well with regrowth, theoretically at least. Like, if you have a lot of dead unit models and you're limited in terms of healing by that, you can just stack your Rev Crystal on top of your regrowth, and it will unlock the whole reviving additional model thing for you, because it just kind of like you can use regrowth to quickly top up the hit points, and having the Rev Crystal active means that you'll immediately resurrect a new model. So yeah, things can be pretty whack if like there was one point I managed to resurrect like half a unit of Reproductile Riders when when they're like down to 2 models and very limited hit points, so I just stack the regrowth on top of a Rev Crystal healing onto the Reproductiles, and you just kind of went back all the way up to over half health, having over half a unit left. But yeah. Oh, it's gonna be Ogre Kingdoms versus... Is it gonna be Grand Cathay? Because if that's a Grand Cathay, then I'm afraid that the Ogre Kingdoms will be winning this one. Because Grand Cathay didn't... Like, they have good missiles, but in this meta where the Nurgle... No, not sorry. The Ogre Kingdoms healing is so strong, and they like their entire potential is discovered. There really is nothing to stop the ogres from trashing the Grand Cathay backline. Like, I mean, some of you might have seen my video about cracking a Cathay box. double stone horn with double thief stone, and you're good. You're pretty much set for the game. Like, just throw in those stone horns, double hunter stone horns, and they will not be discovered all the way until well into charging distance. Oh shit! It is Ogre Kingdoms versus Cathay. Huh. This is intriguing. But yeah, like my favorite way is just to bring double Stonehorn Hunters, jump, like crash straight through the Cathay infantry line and just jump between different units of Cathay artillery missiles. Like even if they're trying to box with double sentinels, you can still work them down by using those hunter shots to your advantage. With their anti-large armor piercing, they can be really good at sniping out monsters. But it might not be the case here. We shall see. Especially recently where Monfang Cavalry got buffed hard and Crushers are still so good. So maybe we might be seeing some Monfang or Crusher action that can just crash through the Cathay infantry line with their sheer weight. Oh, nice. You're checking out the earlier games. Nice. But yeah, there's a lot of like the map itself. It's not bad. It's just that there's a lot of tree line, and sometimes it is a bit hard to follow the forest camping rule, where you just kind of have to walk through the forest and whatnot. But yeah. Anyways, for the army builds, we shall unblock the armies. We can't afford like blocking battles in finals. We have Ogre Kingdoms going for 4 Ogre Bulls, a Stonehorn Hunter, yeah, Stonehorn Hunter, 480 weapon strength with armor piercing and anti-infantry bonus. Yeah, a Slaughtermaster of the Great Maul coming in with a ton of healing, I assume, and then for 5 Nobbler Trappers, one of the most cost-efficient chaff unit in this game, and yeah, 2 more Ogre Bulls with Iron Fist to absorb a little bit more missiles. Grand Cathay on the other side, 2 cannons, only 2 cannons, 3 Iron Hail Gunners, still going for a similar build compared to the last time, mixed in with a bunch of, they did not change map. Oh well, guess we keep playing on this freaking map. Remember to change map, guys. And mixed in with a bunch of Jade Warriors, some with halberd, some with sword and shield, and there's also the Righteous Lances of Wei Jing in the skies, if I remember correctly. I think the map shouldn't still be. Yeah, we're still on Ashen, so. Oh well. I mean, if the players like, it's a casual 20, so I don't think that matters too much. But yeah, for the rest of the Cathay army, we have Dragon Blooded Shugengan Lord coming in with Ancestral Warrior Summon. Oh no, yeah, Ancestral Warrior Summon, Cloak of Jet, and Storm of Shadows. I'm not sure what the Cloak of Jet is gonna do here. Oh, hiding the Righteous Lances of Wei Jing, and so they can probably approach, like scout the battlefield to find that hidden Thief Stone. Wait, there's no Thief Stone on this one. Okay. Alright. Interesting. I mean, I guess with so many Monfang Cavalry on the field, I guess you don't really care about hiding the Stonehorn. If anything, you want the cannons to shoot at the Stonehorn, who does have missile resistance, while the Monfang Cavalry doesn't. But yeah, a bunch of Iron Hail Gunners, and going for a classic Cathay box. Not sure how it does against all those heavyweight cavalry and monsters of the Ogre army here. A bunch of Vanguard deployed, Nobblers, just to shorten the marching distance. And then we have a Stonehorn without Nobbler Thief Stone, and the Slaughter Master I like this, Troll Guts and Brain Gobbler. Grand Cathay army doesn't have the greatest leadership. Yes, they are decent in terms of leadership, but not the greatest. So Once their leadership gets low enough, you can quickly break them with a minus 16 leadership with the Brain Gobbler. I do like this spell. Ever since Human Boy Yes recommended it, I've been enjoying using the spells against like mediocre or low leadership factions a lot. But yeah, One Fang Cavalry should do well here though. Like there's no mass. There's simply no mass for the Grand Cathay army to stop the push of monsters and more monsters really. Grand Cannons are opening fire, but all the trees on the field are just blocking the shots. Shooting at Ogre Bulls, which is not the greatest concern really for the Ogre Kingdoms. They're cheap after all. Like 650 gold, like a mid-tier infantry cost. Like mid-low tier infantry cost. So they should do just fine, even if being shot at the trees. But that's why I don't think this is the greatest map for the artillery here. The trees just kind of blocks the shots. Last time the Lizardmen was suffering, and this time same thing is happening. While the Dragon-Blooded Shogun Gunlord was trying to approach closer with the Cloak of Jet, but it just didn't really do much for some reason. I mean, not really for some reason. It's just that there's nothing to happen here. Oh wait, no, it didn't use Cloak of Jet. Just used Storm of Shadows instead to like pin down enemy Monfangs, so that the cannons can have an easier time shooting. But the Monfangs are just hiding. Are just flanking around. Didn't even bother hiding. And for some reason, the cannons decided to shoot at the Nobler Trappers, who are now approaching the Jade Warriors and will be charged by the Jade Lances instead. There are Ogre Bulls here in place to counter charge. So, here comes the Righteous Lances of Waging. They are jumping onto the Nobler Trappers, doing some pretty nasty damage. Overall, the entire front line of Nobblers are collapsing. Although some of them did manage to get into contact, they should have probably just stayed a little further back and start shooting at the Iron Hail Gunners, but that's not the main point here. The main point is that the monsters are now approaching the Cathay formations with nothing to stop them at all, plowing straight through the Cathay infantry, and now they shall be moving on to the back line here. All these Jade Lancers are doing a little bit of a fallback action as the Jade Warriors are holding. Oh no, this is bad for the Stonehorn Hunter. Nothing is shutting down or compromising the Iron Hail Gunners right now, so multiple Iron Hail volleys are breaking this poor Hunter. Especially he is now slowed down by the Storm of Shadows, unable to heal himself back up. Not heal himself back up, but unable to pull himself out of combat. But either ways, One Fang Cavalry with their Iron Fists are jumping in, while this Hunter desperately needs a freaking upgraded Troguts right now. He needs to be healed. I'm not seeing any heals, so this might be an issue for Nurgle's PA here. He did drop a Brain Gobbler onto some Peasant Long Spears earlier, forcing them to rout early. But right now, things are not looking great for the Ogre push. Sure, the One Fang Cavalry are compromising some of these missiles, but there are still so many Cathay infantry fighting right now. And yeah, nothing is compromising the Iron Hail Gunners so far, and the Hunter is also not receiving any heals. Another Storm of Shadows here, plus a Troguts topping up the One Fang Cavalry, who are now moving on to this huge blob up force of Iron Hail Gunners, now being sandwiched by 2 charges. Righteous Lances of Waging are trying to stop them, but that might just not be enough here, as the 2 units of Iron Hail Gunners are heavily compromised. Now, the Dragon-Blooded Shogun Gunlord is trying to deal with the Stonehorn Hunter, but with 2,300 gold. What? Oh, okay. Nurgle's PA decided to give up as he is running out of resources, I guess, to shut down the Iron Hail Gunners. Especially the One Fang Cavalry have suffered heavily at the hands of the armor-piercing fire. So yeah, I would just bring I would probably just bring 2 Stonehorn Hunters just to jump around enemy frontline and top them up with Troguts. Yeah. Hey Strat, nice to see you here as well. This map really good for scrap launchers, but unfortunately I don't think scrap launcher against Cathay is a good idea. Anyways, let's see the army performances here. I do think the Hunter is massively mismicroed, having no healing from Troguts or whatsoever to keep himself topped up and not keeping him on the move to jump between units. definitely made the made the Ogre army suffer overall. Also, really nice pick of spell here. Storm of Shadows limiting the movement of Ogre Kingdoms, giving more time for the Iron Hell Gunners and the Grand Cannons to shoot at the Ogre monsters. But yeah, overall, Mountain Cavalry was not doing as good as I expected, really. Being counteracted by so many, like 3 Iron Hell Gunners and 2 cannons, and they were just not able to push through the peasant infantry, I assume. So in the end, not much damage was dealt, and instead the Iron Hail Gunners earned back their value, and some more. Spears basically stopping enemy from pushing, and Jade Lancers doing pretty darn well in stopping a push as well. Jade Warriors did great. Yeah, overall it's very solid build from Dredge, but I do think that I can break it. Just with the right tools, Ogres can break it. But yeah, GG to both Dredge and Nurgle's PA. Will be moving on to the second battle. Before that, I'll be getting up the army blocker and updating the scoreboard. This is the first battle, and I totally forgot to update the scoreboard from the last time I used it. So there we go, the right scores on the screen. Let's see what they're gonna pick in the next battle, but yeah. Now 2 powerful factions are out of the game, so we might be seeing some Dark Elf and Bretonnia next game. I don't know. But yeah, this map really good for Scrap Launcher. I agree with Strike Game here because of the Scrap Launcher having an arced shot. They can just kind of shoot over the tree line while Grand Cannons cannot. Also, even like rockets will has a slightly lower arc than like catapult type artillery, so might just not be able to. And also, you don't want to use rockets against freaking Ogre Kingdoms anyway. So yeah, really nice play from Dredge and Nurgle's PA, but the Storm of Shadows might just be a little. The Storm of Shadows might just be a little too much here. Perhaps. Okay, we're gonna move to a different map next time. Now that Dredge remember to switch maps. And yeah, we might see Hammerman in action this time, given Dredge has picked Warrior of Chaos, but I don't know. I'm just throwing in random ideas, but Nurgle's BA needs to pick something soon, so yeah, let's see. Mortis Waste, a pretty good. Okay, so since we don't have anything else to do anyways, Mortis Waste, a flat map. Good for artillery, so perhaps we might see another artillery faction. And indeed we do! Yes, I predict everything. I see the future. We have Chaos Dwarfs. Are we gonna see Skullcrackers? Are we gonna see Skullcrackers? That's the real issue. Like, Skullcrackers are now OP, so we can't. All these Skullcrackers, Iron Demons are super weapons, but They might just not bring it just because this is a fun tournament. I don't know. But okay, I don't like Dredge's army. I'm not liking it. Okay, wait, no. It's fine. It's fine. It's not the cheesiest combination you can get, so it's fine. But let's see how Nurgle's PA would respond with Chaos Dwarfs. Oh right, I forgot. Anyways, for anyone from NA crowd, I need to share, like, whoever wants to join the NA time Friday night fights, I'll be posting a link in chat. So if you're joining, if you want to get some multiplayer action going, just click the link soon. It's gonna happen in like what, in 3 hours, so do go and check it out. Yeah, I won't, like, CoolUmbrella did invited me to cast that one, but I appreciate the appreciation, but I don't think I'm casting two 20s in the same day, especially it's like, although it starts at 1:30 in the midnight. So I am not gonna do that, unfortunately. But yeah, like, I don't think there's anyone casting it because Dav, Human Boy, and Gojira are all busy, I heard. So, but yeah, if you just want to get some action going, then just go ahead and play it. But yeah. Overall, like, I feel like recently the community has been a bit more quiet. I guess that it's because of the lack of content update, especially with lack of patches and whatnot. So the game is less fresh than what it used to be. But aside from the obvious broken units like Skullcrackers and the Bretonnian Grail Cavalry, I do think that the game is in a pretty good state in terms of balance. There's nothing too obscenely OP other than the Grail Cavalry and Skullcrackers, but outside of that, everything is in a pretty good balance. Of course, Wood Elves is still in an awkward spot, despite being one of my favorite factions. They can't deal with anything that can box hard with missiles, so no, they can't deal with Cathay, they can't deal with Chaos Dwarfs, and they most certainly can't deal with Dwarves, but yeah. Like most factions have a good, like, they might have 2 or 3 factions that they just cannot deal with, but most of them are just fine for them. Just gotta hold out till the update, maybe in the end of August, where they're supposed to bring out a new DLC as well. Then yeah, we might have some more action going. But before that, I might host some tournaments, themed tournaments for fun. So let's see what happens. Thanks for holding up the multiplayer banner. Well, I'm just doing my small part. Mostly it's Human Boy, yes, doing all the heavy lifting here, to be honest. He's hosting a league, hosting a shit ton of new player streams and whatnot. Yeah, like, if anything, he is the only active tournament host. I'm just kind of piggybacking a lot of people's work here. Like, before it's BBB, but I don't think I'm gonna do anything with them anymore after quitting their clan. Like, I would still be down if they invite me, but I don't know if they're gonna I don't know if they will invite me to do it anymore after the massive breakup. But yeah, I'm just kind of kind of just helping out with events here and there whenever I have time. Oh, sorry, Cool Umbrella. You're definitely an active tournament host, but like, also Hanadin's from ODM Clan, but like only active tournament streamer. Let me put it that way. Only active tournament streamer. Sorry. Just doing my small part here, though. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I do miss the time when we have like a shit ton of streamer and tournament hosts doing their thing every week. So I do think that like we're not in our prime recently, which is kind of sad. But either ways, the game is still fun. I might make another meme army build soon. I did release the battle replay recently about, well, just today really, about the Charybdis, and I actually tested out with some other ideas, and it actually works in certain situations and be quite fun. Like, just need to maybe try out a few more times and just get enough like samples where I can just make it into an army build video and reveal everything in the end. But yeah, I'll keep that as a secret for now. But yeah, like, I'm actually quite I actually appreciate the core community of this scene as a whole. Like, of course, I don't really play in other niche strategy game communities, but like, we still have a pretty regular tournament scene going on. Like, everyone comes together once in a while to have fun, get some games going. Like it's quiet, but it's still going. So every time a new patch drops and then things blow up again, I just yeah, I just wish there are more people doing things. Like who do we even have as like active land battles tournament hosts? Like not even only land battles, but also tournaments hosts as in general. Like, I'm not really checking out domination stuff, but like mostly I only see Torin and Platypus hosting dom tournaments, and then land battles is just Human Boy, me. Logic came back for like 2 weeks after the Chaos 12 DLC dropped, but yeah, still like, and then he's off again, so not a lot of active content these days. But surely Hubby is indeed a centerpiece. Yes, Knighthood, that is for sure. Unfortunately, he just never uploads videos, right? Yeah, right. Like, he never streams, never uploads videos, never do anything, right? But yeah. Anyways, let's check the army builds. No. Okay, yeah. Well, there's one Skullcracker. I was planning to say no Skullcracker. No, there's one. There is one. We have a front line of Goblin Laborers, and then a second line of Infernal Iron Sworn with their explosives, and then at the back there, Chaos Dwarf Warriors and a couple Blunderbusses. Oh, the Goblin Laborers are at the back there to prevent any of these Marauder Horse Masters from charging into back lines, I assume. We have the Bull Center Renders with great weapons. One only? Yeah, one only, because of how expensive the Iron Sworn and the Skullcracker are. And in the Sky Sorcerer, Prophet of Dark Magic, coming in with a ton of Spirit Leech and Fate of Buna to delete any elites of Chaos. For the Chaos Warriors of Chaos army, we have a whole front line of Marauders, but going super wide in terms of mobility and skirmishing cavalry. 4 Marauder Horse Marauder Horse Masters mixed in with Marauder Horsemen. 4 Marauder Horse Masters. Yeah, 4 Marauder Horse Masters. The rest are Marauder Horsemen, and then a couple Chaos Chariots, and then a third Chaos Chariots as the Sibyllin Slaughtercade, Regiment of Renown version of Slanesh Chariots. Going speed on that one. 100 speed chariot. Yeah, it goes fast. Chaos Sorcerer Lord of Change coming in with only blue fire spam and Sword of Change to compromise missile backline. So those blunderbuss gotta watch out. And yeah, 2 Exalted Heroes of Nurgle for that armor piercing melee stat. So yeah, that should be it. CoolUmbrella, he has so little content, really unfortunate. Yeah, right? Like, recently he's switching over to a more Lord Master of Soul Tech style kind of content now. Or is it Great Book of Grudges, who just talks about lore and no, it doesn't even stream anymore, right? But yeah. We have some blue fire going in, doing some nasty damage against the Chaos Dwarf blunderbusses. Already, like, compromising it quite a bit. But a Spirit Leech will be... yeah, will start being spammed on the Chaos Sorcerer Lord, but he can just tank it out with the Shield of Tinge. And there's nothing to counteract. Like, nothing to threaten him right now, doing minuscule damage. Like, what, 10 HP damage? Like, 70 HP damage. Like, you need more damage than that to actually deal with the Chaos Sorcerer Lord. You need to, like, I don't know. It's probably better to just spam spells on the Exalted Hero of Nurgle, because the shield is just gonna block all the damage, and whenever the Prophet tries to do something like that, once again, he'll backs up and let the shield recharge. Anyways, front lines are moving in. Horse Masters getting close enough to shoot at the Chaos Dwarf army. Blue Fire also going down the line on the expensive Inferno Iron Swan. Now the Flame Resistance are blocking some of that Blue Fire damage, but overall things are still going pretty well for the Chaos Warriors. Especially shields are recharging already, and that Spirit Leech is no longer in play. Now over here, Chariots and Exalted Hero of Nurgle are trying to push the Chaos Dwarf great weapons, but the Bull Surrenders are coming in to threaten them and push them back. On the other side, Chariots are coming in, slamming into the Chaos Dwarf with great weapons as well, while at the back, blunderbusses are opening up at the Horsemen and Horsemaster, doing massive damage with a single volley. Javelins will be thrown into the fray, but they do have 55% of missile block chance. Yeah, and just kind of tanks out all the damage. So you don't want to just compromise them with javelins. You need to get something in there to stop them, like the Chaos Chariots. But they are now being terrified somehow by something. What? Oh, by the Skullcracker here, and then they're gone. Yeah. Things are not looking great for the Chaos for now, with not much effect being... with not much stuff to compromise enemy infantry and all that. Chariots are charging in for sure, but they're also taking heavy losses against Skullcracker, the OP construct of the game, and other stuff like Bull Surrenders. Now, some of the Chaos Dwarf blunderbusses made a big mistake actually turning around to shoot at this blob, but now the javelins are able to shoot at them without any missile block chance, and then decided to charge in as well just to silence them once and for all. And still, balance of power is actually in favor of the Chaos Dwarfs right now, as they are outlasting the grind of the Chaos Warriors. Some of the blunderbusses pulled back, but they're now being swarmed by javelins. Not javelins, but horsemen and whatnot. The other blunderbuss at the back actually got secured, while Blue Fire will continuously be spammed, this time on the Sorcerer Prophet of Death, who was being threatened by the Exalted Hero of Nurgle here. Now there are more units swarming these Horse Masters at the back, who attempted to silence the Chaos Dwarf with blunderbusses, but the thing is that Bull Surrenders are just too good. Getting some pretty nice value overall, but yeah. Of course, they can't actually chase down the Marauder Horse Masters being slower and whatnot, but they're a good reactive force to guard the missiles. Although, what they cannot guard is against magic that can directly shoot at the blunderbusses, doing some nice damage. So far, the Blazing Beards are holding, but they have taken quite a bit of damage as well, especially now that 2 Exalted Heroes of Nurgle are just working them down with armor-piercing attacks. Now, the blunderbusses are still here fighting, but nothing is protecting them anymore, so they're exposed to another rear charge from the Horse Masters. Definitely a mistake from from Nurgle's PA side, and now all these blunderbusses have been compromised. Another blue fire going down, doing some nice damage against the Bull Center Randers, but they're still fighting pretty strongly. And the two exalted heroes of Nurgle are taking heavy losses right now, being targeted by a bit of a Spirit Leech as well. A summon of Chaos Bombs will be dropped into the fray. Perhaps it probably should have been brought against... not sure if this is the greatest position, but they are pinning down the Chaos Dwarves. But if they summon right on top of the Bull Centers, they might just be able to trap them in there. And with their lack of armor, the Bull Centers will be taking a lot of damage from the Chaos Bomb. But nonetheless, the Bull Centers are already routed. And the fact that the Sorcerer Prophet of Death getting hit hard by all these javelins means that Nurgle's PA's Chaos Dwarf army is pretty much done for, with the Lord fallen from the skies, and Nurgle's PA would be giving up on this one. The javelins, having some pretty nice armor piercing so far, did a great job in hunting down any armored targets, really, even if they have decent HP and armor and whatnot. So as a result, javelins overall did pretty damn well. They do have a good enough missile stats, especially having a decent enough armor piercing, so they can actually do a really good number on even the heaviest armored targets. And then we have the chariots sacrificing themselves, really not earning back the damage, but they did push straight into the back line. They're pitting down the blunderbusses and just whacking them in the face with their anti-infantry bonus and whatnot, while the rest of the marauders are just there to use their numbers advantage and swarm enemy infantry. And blue fire spam, always a very annoying but deadly nuisance to deal with. And the exalted heroes of Nurgle, though, not doing a lot of damage overall, so they are not that, like, they don't have any good targets to fight. They wanted to like duel with characters, or just goon characters or monsters with their armor piercing, but they're just mostly fighting infantry this time. For Nurgle's PA, their blunderbusses, I always think that they are kind of a shit unit to bring in a multiplayer game, because they don't have great firing arcs, which means they have the same limitations to line of sight as other gunpowder units, and more importantly, their range is just short. They have poor range, so they got outranged by everything and can't really get a good shot because of the because of the short range and the poor arc of fire. They just kind of have to maneuver a lot to get a good shot. The Infernal Iron Sworn have done well to hold the line, but right now against the Warriors of Chaos, what they need isn't holding the line. They need more archers, skirmishers perhaps, to out skirmish the Marauder Horse Masters and whatnot. They were not able to do it this time. Perhaps a swarm of Hobgoblin Wolf Raiders would be better in this matchup. Anyways, Spirit Leech did well with the Sorcerer Prophet of Death, just that he got sniped by a combination of Javelin Fire and some damage from the Exalted Heroes of Nurgle. Bull Center Randers, as always, did well. Skullcracker might be OP, but not something to carry this game. This is more... this build is geared more towards dealing with a heavy infantry focused army, but there's not much in terms of infantry for the Warriors of Chaos this time. So yeah, that's the end of the tournament. Congratulations to Trash for winning this tournament, and GG to Nurgle's PA as well. We'll be moving on to recordings, not recordings, but replay files, as I did receive a lot of files from different players. Let me see. Yep, we've got a couple replays from Nurgle's PA as well. Golden Floof sent me... Wait, what did we not watch? Oh yeah, Golden Floof's semi-finals, and Golden Floof's pre-semi-finals game as well. Golden Floof. That's the second file. So let me just quickly download the files and we can check out some games. Okay. And also, let me just turn off everything on the field. There we go. But yeah, okay, we have a... Interesting, we have a Tinge versus Ogre battle. I would thought that the Ogre Kingdoms would have an advantage, but it seems that I might be wrong here. The Tinge army going for an elite Halberd army, going for double Chaos Warriors and... Oh, not that elite, I guess. Double Chaos Warriors plus a single unit of Severed Claw, 3 Screamers, 3 Spear Marauders, 5 Blue Horrors, and a single Kairos Fate Weaver. On the other side, Ogre Kingdoms, we have 3 Iron Gut, 7 Ogre Bulls, 3 of them dual weapons, 4 of them regular variant, and then 5 Nobbler Trappers, 2 Nobblers, and the Frozen Horn, the Snow Horn of Morn. Leading the army, a single Slotmaster of Great Maul coming with only Troll Guts. And yeah, it's gonna be a fragile target to the Blue Fire Spam from Kairos. Especially, like, the Slotmaster doesn't have any passive healing on him right now. So he needs to Troll Guts himself if he's getting sniped by Blue Fire. Like, I guess this is a very strong Ogre Rush army, but I don't know if it's good against Tinge, where they would be compromised by a lot of a missile fire on the Ogre Bulls and whatnot. But yeah, we shall see. Let's just speed fast a little bit, as the Blue Fire Blue Horrors will start trading against the Nobbler Trappers, and because of them having a height advantage, they will have a pretty decent missile damage boost, out trading the Nobblers. But the Ogre Bulls are here to deal with them right now, slamming straight into combat, even into some of the Chaos Warriors. This might be a big mistake for the Ogres, but we shall see. Maybe they would do a little bit better with the Nobbler buffering hits. Now, the Slotmaster is kind of just staying out of range and let the Ogres do the heavy hitting. But with the Severed Claw Chaos Warriors engaging, things are not looking too great for the Ogre Bulls right now, with all the anti-large attacks. And I don't know if this is the greatest choice. I don't know if this is the greatest choice, but I guess if I'm playing as the Ogre Kingdoms, I would just bring maybe a couple Lead Belchers to shoot at the Tinge army. Of course, they can still Blue Fire Kite me, but I'll be moving in to shoot the Tinge army for sure. But right now, the Tinge army frontline is buckling because of their light armor. Not so much for the Chaos Warriors with halberds though, well, because they have high armor. But the Nobbler Trappers are trying their best to dish out the damage, while the Snowhorn of Morn will be psycho charging and compromising all of these Blue Fires. And but on the other side, the Tinge infantry is pretty much securing the entire right flank. Everything, the Ogre Bulls are all beaten back. Screamers chasing off a really nice combination of arms there. Different units there working in tandem, using the Chaos Warriors and Spears to hold the line, and then having the Screamers to hit up, using their anti-large bonus and charge bonus to hit up the rather fragile Ogre Bulls. There's still a lot of Ogre Bulls on the field, but whether they can get rid of the Severed Claw, that is not too likely, I would say. But there's still a lot of Ogre healing available, so that might change. Anyway, Snowhorn being a very strong Ogre unit, it will be slamming around the battlefield, just running down as many infantry as possible. Nobbler Trappers shooting into the fray, doing some good damage. Well, doing some good damage to the shield, not quite so to the Chaos Warriors themselves. They should start targeting the Screamers. Their missiles will be really good against the Glass Cannon Tinge unit. Another Blue Fire going down, but this time seems to be blocked entirely or missed entirely onto the Ogre Bulls here, while Screamers trying to chase down the Snowhorn of Morn. Of course, the Marauders are being terrified and they will be hunted down by the Ogres, getting a little bit of that passive recharge for the Ogre Kingdoms, but the balance of power is ever so slightly in the favor of Tinge. Now that a lot of these Ogre Bulls are running low on steam, Iron Guts might be their only hope to deal with the Tinge armored infantry, but their melee stats aren't the greatest despite having 5 bonus versus infantry. Now this time the blue fire smack on. Going bullseye on the poor Slaughtermaster, ripping him down to half health, and he's still not able to use a single Troll Guts on himself just yet, probably waiting to save up a bit more Winds of Magic. The Nobbler Trappers are slowly but surely working down the Chaos Warriors, and but also the Chaos Warriors are working down the Iron Guts, so things are going both ways right now. Balance of power is still quite even, although I still say it's slightly more even, slightly more in the favor of the Siege Army, especially more blue fire spams are being sent in the direction of the Slaughtermaster. And yeah, now the Chaos Warriors are dealing with 2 Nobbler Trappers, and if the Ogre both joins, then the Chaos Warriors might just be grind down, but there's still so much Chaos Force, so many Siege forces on the field here. Kairos is pretty much full health and can spam blue fire till the end of time. Severed Claw is full health. Yep, entirely full health, and their barrier is quickly recharging right now. So yeah, with the Ogre Slaughtermaster soon to be dealt with, he's gonna die soon from the blue fire, and now being hit. Now being hit by the bombardment, being routed and all that, he's not going to come back and not going to provide any more spell support. Oh, it seems the army ability missed. Weird stuff happens sometimes, right? RNG just doesn't come into your favor. But either ways, Iron Guts are desperately following the Slaughtermaster, hoping to save their Leech Lord, but Kairos is slow and steadily escorting him out. One Fang, the Snow Horn of Morn, is hitting up the Screamers, but not a lot of damage. Like these Severed Claw now back to full shield, just tanking all the damage from the Ogre units and just routing all the Ogre bulls. And yeah, I honestly don't know what can deal with them at this point. Finally, some damage onto the unit. Took a hit from the Snowhorn of Morn, but also there's no more Ogre Lord. Kairos is just psycho charging into the fray here. Iron Guts is also mixed in against Severed Claw, trying to work them down with their anti-infantry bonus. Now, with the Ogre Lord gone, the Snowhorn of Morn is falling victim to the blue fire spam, and the Severed Claw receiving a nice little bit of a regrowth, topping up his hit points towards full health once more. Yeah. Kairos is such an annoying design. Why do you give him healing of regrowth? Like, what the fuck? Since when is giving a powerful lord already and healing is a good idea? Look at freaking Malekith. We need something to nerf. We need to nerf healing in general, but also need to nerf Kairos in general as well. But either way, let's focus back into this battle here. Severed Claw still not a single dead unit model. Like, they're taking damage for sure, but not a single unit model is dead so far. Being swarmed by ogres yet. Another regrowth dropped onto them. They are just not gonna die, aren't they? Okay, one unit model of Severed Claw is dead, but they are doing so much good damage to the Old Kingdoms. 2,400 gold worth of damage value. Another spell, another passive cast of the another army ability of the Siege going down, bombarding some of these Iron Guts, doing some pretty good damage, but the Snowhorn of Morn really needs to continuously cycle charge the Severed Claw, kill as many models as possible, preventing those healing from being maximized. But he himself is suffering quite heavily from all those blue fire. It's just that it's funny that Ogre Kingdoms got outlasted in terms of healing. But either way, Kairos terrifying away the Iron Guts, and the rest of the Ogre army just can't uphold their leadership as their friends are routing all around them, and Golden Floof will be securing this victory. As you can see, the Halberds did a ton of work in this battle, especially the Severed Claw, killing almost 3k gold worth of damage value. Screamers also did fine in this battle, mostly responsible for chasing off enemy units and all the doing some cycle charging and whatnot. And the rest of the infantry not so much in terms of performance. They're just kind of there as acting as buffer for the elite infantry and also buying time for Kairos to spam blue fire, killing off the Slaughtermaster, a very key unit, and weaken the Snowhorn in the end. Snowhorn almost earning back its value, but unfortunately still not quite there. Getting a lot of kills for sure though, but the Iron Guts being forced to fight against anti-large infantry, yeah, they suffered hard. This is why I would probably just bring like 1 or maybe actually 2 units of Iron Guts, just to, no, not Iron Guts, bring 2 units of Lead Belchers so they can shoot at any infantry and cavalry alike. Sure, perhaps there might be Screamers dropping down, but that's why you need to bring stuff like Saber-Tusk packs to counteract the Screamers. 4 Saber-Tusk packs will win against 4 Screamers, due to how fragile the Screamers are and the great weapon strength of the Saber-Tusk packs. Ogre infantry not doing much, unfortunately, so yeah. Just not trading too well against the Tinge army this time, especially not in melee. The next battle of Golden Floof versus Nurgle's PA. Wait, this is the same build. Why are we seeing so much Nurgle? I mean, why are we seeing so many Ogre Kingdoms, I guess? But I guess we can speed run this one. We did get a bit of spoiler in Discord, but yeah, anyways. We will speed run this one to see how this time Golden Floof deal with the Ogre Kingdom. I'm not sure if... Okay, I would say the Lead Belchers are great, but I'm not sure if the Powder Guts are a great pick here. They're way too expensive and can be easily kited out by the dreaded blue fire. So, I don't know. Anyways, we can speed run this one. We know the Tinge army build, pretty much the same build from Golden Floof there. A front line of Nobbler Trappers for the Ogres this time, and then a second line of Ogre Bulls, 2 Lead Belchers, and a Powder Guts. And further back, a bunch of Montfang Cavalry, 4 Saber Tusks. Should do fine against the Screamers, but that is if the player reacts properly. In the front line, Nobbler Trappers trading against the Blue Horrors, and because of the shields of the Blue Horrors, they are trading really well, like shielding the first volley of damage and then start doing damage to the Nobbler Trappers themselves. Screamers decided, you know what? Oh, okay, this is what happens. This is what worries me. The Screamers drops onto the Lead Belchers, doing damage, killing 1 model, and the Saber Tusk delayed a little too long before jumping onto the Screamers, allowing the Tinge army to do some damage. While in the front there, Lead Belchers doing just fine, blasting away at the Halberds, and Saber Tusk now trying to run down, roll over the Marauders of Tinge, although the Severed Claws are now pushing. Blue Fire is continuously spammed onto the Slaughtermaster, doing some nice damage, but the Lead Belchers, I don't think they should be shooting at the Kairos right now. They need to start clearing out all the infantry before focusing out the characters. Yeah, good. Shooting at the infantry. This is exactly what you need to do with the Lead Belchers. Their best effect are not against their best time are not against any single entities. Because of the penetrating cannonball shot, they're actually great against enemy infantry, not single entities, not monsters. That, like, dealing with enemy single entities or low entity count units, it definitely should be the job of the Powder Guts, which they are doing right now, doing some really hefty work against the Severed Claw, but there's still a lot of Blue Horrors and the Halberds left behind. Now some of the Screamers who only took some minor damage for a battle are jumping onto the Lead Belchers, and there's nothing to stop them. Where are all the Saber Tusks? Oh, they got thrown into melee combat trying to push, but they're out of position and cannot protect the Lead Belchers, leaving them to the mercy of the Screamers. Definitely a big mistake there. You should always keep the Saber Tusks around, at least like one unit of Saber Tusks around each Lead Belchers to make sure they are protected from the attacks of Screamers, at least in a battle against Tinge. So right now the Lead Belchers are taking casualties, being forced into an Exodus. Powder Guts are kiting back as well, and yeah, the Screamers are just doing some really good harassment right now against the Lead Belchers, taking quite a bit of damage. Some of the Saber Tusks finally came back, probably from routing, and will be pinning down the Screamers and should be able to finish them off. Powder Guts being compromised by some of the blue horrors. They need to start moving away once more because all these all these Teenage Army are pushing in. And they don't want to get compromised in melee. Saber-Tusk are now recharging the Halberd Teenage Warriors and will be slowing them down, although they are now being rampaged and will be stuck in this unfavorable fight for quite a while. At the back there, Mournfang Cavalry pinned down by the Gaze of Fate, forced to fight among a bunch of anti-large halberds, taking more damage than they had to. More blue fire spam dropping onto the Slaughtermaster. He should be healing himself, not the damn Lead Belchers. The Lead Belchers would not, like, the Lead Belchers isn't the target of blue fire. He himself is, but alas, this might just be the mistake that might cost the Ogres the game. Now, Karos Fate Weaver is definitely just chilling there, having a lot of hit points left, while the Savage Claw suffering heavy casualties. I mean, not casualties, but more like HP damage from the Powder Guts and Lead Belchers. Okay, I take back my word. The Powder Guts has been doing a pretty decent job, but yeah, things are not doing great for the Ogre Kingdoms because they are running low on ammo. Oh, wait, no, things are doing just fine actually. They're blasting the rest of the Ogre infantry that remains, but the problem is that the Slaughtermaster is constantly sniped by blue fire. He's just a good missile sponge, be having a large hitbox and whatnot, making hitting him a easier task than with missile spells and whatnot. Now Severed Claw running low on HP and approaching their heal cap, but now able to just fight against Saber-Tusk and the Mournfang Cavalry. Things are not too bad for them, using their anti-large to their advantage, and also not actually getting hit and manage to recharge a bit of their shields. Again, Slaughtermaster needs to heal himself back up. Powder Guts are aiming their shots onto the... What infantry are they aiming at, even? Chaos Warriors? No, they need to start shooting at perhaps the... They probably need to keep shooting at the Severed Claw, as they still have some pretty good healing potential left. And another blue fire there, and Slaughtermaster is almost done for. He probably should have just stayed behind a tree, which is exactly what he's doing now, so that Karos can't easily shoot at him. But Karos has the mobility to just constantly roam around the battlefield, changing the angle of the shot, making hitting the Slaughtermaster an easier task. But ooh, this might change the game. A whole unit left of Screamers, full health, completely forgotten, probably chasing some random units on the far side there. The last of the Teenage Infantry is gone, but there's still some very healthy Teenage mobility. And with the Slaughtermaster being chased down by Karos Fate Weaver, the Ogre army took a massive hit in terms of their leadership. Screamers will be compromising the Lead Belchers, some Lead Belcher crossfire onto Karos Fate Weaver, but unfortunately they don't have the greatest accuracy. And the fact that the Lead Belchers are being slaughtered by the Screamers, and there's nothing to save them. Nothing is in place, and you can see that the balance of power is majorly in the favor of the Teenage Army now. Powder Guts are still standing far away from all these Lead Belchers, and they are now left to the mercy of Karos and the Screamers, who are still at pretty much full health. And yeah, this might just spell the end of the Ogre Kingdoms now, because of the Slaughtermaster not receiving any heals and just being routed off the map. And now there's not enough resources to guard the Lead Belchers, who are now being hunted down by the Screamers one after the other. The Nobler Trappers are trying to save them, but they only have so much ammo and was not able to save the day. Army losses is hit, and Golden Floof managed to advance to the next stage, but due to some he had to quit the tournament due to some real life issues, I assume. So it was actually Nurgle's PA that moved on to the next battle. Okay, FNF1 Phoenix King. Okay, Phoenix King sent in the first replay that he played, I assume. So we'll be quickly editing that TPK. And let's see, replays. Is that something we saw? Okay, another high elf kite army. This is a true kite. Nothing is a melee infantry. We have melee cavalry, missile infantry, dragons, but just no melee infantry. On the other side, General Eisenbart going for an interesting build. 2 Chosens, sword and axe and board variant, and a unit of Chaos Warriors. Mirror Guard, the Regiment of Renowned version, 2 Manticores, 2 Throwing Axe, 2 Throwing Axe Marauder horses, 2 Chaos Warhounds with poison, 4 Marauder horses, a single Weird Spawn, and a Saffron Everwatcher. Now that's a spicy choice. Yeah, haven't seen them for a long while now. But yeah, a little bit of clusterfuck of a start. A Vanguard deployed Marauder Horsemen deployed on top of the Shadow Warriors, and Phoenix King with his mobility advantage, all the Vanguard units also immediately pounce onto the poor Marauder horses, and that unit is gone for sure. 1 unit short. General Eisenbart has to make this push with the infantry moving forward, but Phoenix King might just have enough mobility advantage to just keep the hit and runs going and deal with all these Marauders. But for the rest of the army of both sides, a magic combination, Archmage of Life coming in with Earthblood and Regrowth for Phoenix King, and Saffron coming in with Plague of Rust and Searing Doom. Dropping a Plague of Rust onto the Ilarian Reavers, definitely a misclick here. Probably trying to click for the Dragon Princes, but unfortunately only the Ilarian Reavers got hit. But either way, that doesn't really matter because both units got out pretty much unscathed in that engagement. Already a little bit of a misplay early in the game, but we shall see what happens. Now the Archmage of Life did get caught with a bit of a Manticore sniping action, but the Star Dragon is here to save the day. And there's nothing on the Chaos side to challenge this insane piece of a melee monster. Now a massive final transmutation is dropping onto, well, not a massive, a regular one. It's dropped onto the Ilarian Reaver archers, but very good micro from Phoenix King here, moving all the Ilarian Reavers out of the way. Well, I swear this is definitely a throwback build of the Warriors of Chaos from General Eisenbart's side. We shouldn't be calling this Friday Night Fights. We should be calling this Throwback Friday, if anything. Like, just look at all these old school Warhammer 2 builds. Double Manticore, Saffron himself. Yeah, I haven't seen this in a while. Like, yeah, but yeah. Anyways, Dragon Princess will be Psycho Charging, slamming into the Weird Spawn. They don't really care about the Armor Sundering at this point. They have their physical resistance, still having 80 armor, enough to tank the damage, and at the same time so much missile support to just shoot down the Weird Spawn who has 10 armor only. And there goes a unit of Unbreakable Monsters infantry on the side. Mobility Dragon Princes are slamming into the mix of Marauders, pinning them down. They are taking some damage from the Searing Doom, but they should be able to move out of combat just fine. Saffron constantly, a massive hit from the Manticore, and Saffron himself putting a hit onto the Archmage of Life. I don't know why he put a Plague of Rust upgraded on her, because she doesn't even have that much armor. Like, what, 40? 30 armor? So that is definitely a waste of magic, honestly. But anyways, things are not looking too great for the infantry reliant, infantry focused Chaos army. The Psycho Charging is just a little bit too much, and that might just spell the end of the that might just be the end of the Chaos army. At least they might just be able to rout off the Archmage of Life, but she might just return before the white line. We shall see. Will she rout, or will she stay? Oh, there she goes. So no more healing for the Warriors of Chaos, but honestly, that is not a major concern right now. With all the only infantry left for the Warriors of Chaos, they are pretty much sitting ducks against so much mobility here. Every time something charges in, they will be taking some nasty impact damage, especially they're not braced. Like, look at all these Dragon Princes running straight through, flattening this poor unit of Marauders, and then moving on to the next, doing some pretty nasty impact damage overall. The rest of the army will be kited to death for sure. And yeah, Wait, how long have we been streaming? Oh, already 3 hours. Let's just finish. I mean, we only have like what, 3 more replays left, so hopefully should be ending soon. But yeah. So Dragon Princess pulling back. Oh right, we have 2 replays from Nurgle's PA. So yeah, 2 more from there and maybe like a couple more from other players, and we should be done. But yeah, Phoenix King with the mobility advantage here. Shadow Warriors 40 speed against Chaos Warriors, only 33 speed. Marauders only 20. Marauders 35 speed. They can't really catch up. And with the constant cycle charging of the mobility here, just working them down, delaying their advance, knocking them over. The Chaos Warriors are pretty much just... yeah, the Chaos Warriors can't really fight back, unfortunately. They don't have the speed to counteract enemy mobility. They're desperately chasing after enemy cavalry and whatnot, but of course, having only 2 legs, they can't really catch something with 4 legs. And another final transmutation, but only does some minor damage. Savro is pretty much the only thing fast enough to catch the kiting Chaos Army, but he himself is no longer as powerful as the... yeah, only having 20% physical resistance and no more missile resistance. He is no longer the OP chicken he used to be. So with a bit of a persistent missile kiting, he can and will be worked down. All these scattered chaos units will be chased down, finished off. Oh, isn't really chased down, but more of just being kited to death by the missiles, being caught in melee, then swarmed by Larry Reaver archers. And on the other side, Savro still trying his best to deal with the Dragon Princes, but alas, even with the immune to psychology Mirror Guard, they are still not winning this battle with only a chicken trying to chase down so much cavalry and skirmishers. Overall, it's more of a build and a micro problem, I would say. The kiting army is fundamental. Like, as soon as the mobility got eliminated, the kiting army has nothing to stop them against the warriors of... has nothing to stop them from psycho charging and kiting the warriors of chaos to death, because there's simply nothing to catch them. Nothing to catch them at all. Savro did some good damage overall with all his magic, but the rest of the Chaos Army not quite so. Even with the sturdiness of Chosens and whatnot, they still can't deal with all the psycho charging. Perhaps maybe if the Warriors of Chaos can stand in a tight box, there might be a chance for them to grind down enemy units, but alas, in the end, just... yeah, they just can't catch up. They just cannot catch up. What else? What else do we have for replays? Okay, we have 2 replays from... okay, we have 1 replay from Saber's Magnum, 2 replays from... yeah. 2 replays from Phoenix, from Nurgle's PA. Let me just quickly download them. Ronin, we already had that already. Yeah, I think we've cast Dr. Nerd already. And definitely cast Bavret, yeah. So let me just... we have 3 more replays to settle, and that should be the end of tonight. So give me a second. Oh wait, no, Saber, wait, hold on a second. Replays. Let's see. Battle replays. Oh yeah, we've seen this one already, so we can just delete that. Saber's Magnum and... oh no, this is a ridiculous army from, yeah, from the, from the Wood Elves. But it's not tough enough for the... it's not tough enough for the to hold, but I do think that this army is not tough enough for the Wood Elves to hold against a rush of vampire counts, but we shall see what happens. First of all, let's just check, are there any missing replays that we haven't showcased so far? No, I think that's about it. I think that's about it. Okay, let's have a quick catch up with chat. Nurgle in German means complaining. It's funny because like the name picks of the name picks of the 4 chaos gods can be surprisingly suitable in localization, because like Nurgle in German means complaining kind of fits him when he's like the pestilence lord. And when you translate it into Chinese, the Chinese translation specifically picks out words that has meanings related to the 4 gods. For the Slaanesh, the Chinese name has a connection to lust and sin, while Korn's Chinese name has a connection to terror and torture and brutality, really mostly brutality, but terror and brutality. And then Tinge is about cunningness and also about like surprise. And for Nurgle, it's about let me think how to translate that. It's about okay, never mind. It's about hoarding unclean substance. Yeah, that's how I would yeah, it's about like accumulating the unclean for Nurgle's Chinese translation name. But yeah, it's funny how they can like, I mean, the Chinese translation names never like connects to the actual direct meaning of the English ones, because there's no meaning. It's more like they pick the closest sounding Chinese word and make it a translation and call it a translation. But anyways, we have 2 armies here. One is a very melee-centric vampire count army, a front line of zombies and a ton of grave guards, one of them the Stonesmen, and backed up by a bunch of skeleton warriors, 2 corpse guards with unholy lowstone, one of them getting focus fired by a ton of Hulk riders in the skies. We also have a single Banshee supporting Vlad von Carstein. Why are we having so many throwback builds? Freaking Vlad on the battlefield and a ton of Graveguard Rush. And in the skies there, 4 units of Hulk Riders supported by Sisters of Twilight. And also Ariel in the back. Probably going to drop some Soul Stealer throughout the game, and Tempest in case enemy Air Force is in play. And then for the infantry formation, 4 Eternal Gods and a core of elite units. Wardens of Sithral and Wardens of Sithral. Haven't seen these guys in literal months. Nobody ever picks them. They're so expensive and fragile, so not the greatest defensive infantry, but I guess I'm glad to see them. Also a Treekin for more mass. While the Hulk's eyes of no, not the Hulk eyes. The Hulk Riders will just be sniping out the corpse cart right now, like just shooting everything into the corpse cart, shutting down any kind of a Nurgle melee, vampire count melee support. Why are they not wait? Why are they on fire? Well, why are they not shooting at the corpse cart? They shouldn't be wasting any ammo on the grave guards right now. What the fuck? Okay, now they're shooting. Good. Finish them. Finish the corpse guards. Yeah, both has unholy lowstone. One of them receiving an invocation of the heck, just trying to keep them alive longer, but then another volley of the Hulk Rider shots and they're gone. Now they should start shooting at the other unit of corpse guard, eliminating them so that the Eternal Gods will hold a little bit longer against all the grave guards and whatnot. But yeah, I do think that it should have just went for more Treekins. That would have been a better option, I think. But yeah, okay. Another mistake here from from Rider of Rohan here. Hulk Riders are shooting into a lot of the skeleton warriors and whatnot because the Hulk Riders are not in range of corpse cart. So if you issue an attack order from for a unit that cannot actually get a hit on an an enemy unit, well, they're in range, but they can't get a good shot. So if they're in range, but can't get a good line of sight, or can't get a good area, can't get a, you know, if they, okay, never mind. Let me just reorganize my words and talk about it again, because we're kind of just having a pretty static grind in the front line right now. Zombies clashing into Eternal Gods. Anyways, if you're issuing an attack order on a unit that can't actually shoot onto their target, for example, being out of line of sight, or being out, just having their line of sight blocked, they will move closer to the unit, but at the same time they will also be auto firing at anything they can get their hands on. So yeah, honestly not great. And the manual firing and auto firing mechanic needs to be readjusted. Anyways, Winterheart Guardians are holding back a ton of Grave Gods and the Feasters in the dark. Barracks Weavers cycle charging as well. But the problem is that Eternal Gods are very fragile and they can't actually hold forever. Right now, the Hulk Riders, having 4 units of them might be a bit drastic, honestly, as the Eternal Gods just do not have anything to help them hold the line. There's only 1 unit of Treekin and it can't hold the entire box. Probably, like, cut out Ariel the Radiant, perhaps, and just bring more Treekins to hold like more than one corner of the box. Right now, one of the box side is being broken. The Eternal Gods are routing. The Grave Gods are flooding in. Eternal Gods are holding strong, but even with all the damage on the stones, oh god, this is a nasty Soul Stealer, hitting so many units at once, and a little bit of healing coming in from Apotheosis, from Ariel, providing some pretty good support. Sisters of Twilight now shooting onto the Banshee, trying to finish her off as soon as possible. And after that, the Hawk Riders will have to engage in cycle charging. But with the Varix Reaver on the field, this might be easier said than done. A zombie summon is dropped into the middle of the blob here, just trying to drag down the Wardens of Sephiroth. Ariel trying her best to fight Vlad von Carstein, but wait, why am I experiencing frame drops? This is weird. Maybe I just have too many. Yeah, I just have too many. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I just have too many tabs open right now. Give me a second. Okay. Okay, cool. Give me a second, sorry. Okay, cool, we're back. Yeah. It's a bit laggy for some reason, I don't know why. Yeah, maybe I just have too many windows open or something. Anyways, Hulk Riders comes in and start chipping away the health. Or maybe there's too many bodies on the field, maybe? Anyways, Hulk Riders continue to focus fire onto Banshee, but they're running low on ammo. Banshee's not really carrying it. Like, she has a lot of physical resistance to tank the damage. It's not like the Hulk Riders have any better stuff to shoot at, really, but maybe Vlad von Carstein just to work down the Vampire Count's leadership, perhaps. But right now, Sisters of Twilight is doing just that. But the problem is that the melee side of the entire Wood Elf army is running low on both hit points and morale. Treekin, despite still being the healthiest unit of them all, is routed. The Hulk Riders are still firing, chipping away the health of Vlad von Carstein, but a lot of shots are just not doing the damage they need to work down Vlad. Ariel is still fighting, probably gonna drop down another Soul Stealer into the blob soon, but right now I'm not sure what the Hulk Riders are doing, why they are just backing off, but things are not looking great for the Wood Elves for sure. Anyways, we can just fast forward here as Vlad von Carstein. Wait, armor sundering? Oh, okay. Sister shots have sundering armor with the Talon of Dawn. Okay, that makes sense now. The other one has poison. So anyways, Vlad's armor is actually sundered down to 60 armor, making the Hulk Rider shots a little bit more effective. Another Soul Stealer dropping in to heal up Ariel, doing some emergency healing, but I'm not sure if... Okay, that might just... Nope, that's not enough to finish off Vlad von Carstein. Especially, he has Carstein Ring to tank out the damage. And now the Hulk Riders have ran out of ammo and needs to cycle charge and try to break down all these grave gods and zombie infantry. The thing is that Hulk Riders are extremely fragile themselves, so things are not looking great for the Hulk Riders. Balance of power is in the favor of the vampire counts for sure right now. And there's not enough like powerful melee forces for the Wolves to win this game. Varix Reavers are also jumping in to tie down the Hulk Riders, who have taken substantial damage in this engagement. Everything is routing for the Wood Elves. This might just spell the end of the Wood Elves right now. Ariel might be strong, but she can't tank forever, especially not against Vlad, who is very elite as a duelist himself. Although he is indeed running out of health, and maybe the two characters of Wood Elves will be able to finish him off. Yeah, he is running low on hit points. Another hit and he'll probably crumble to death. But the thing is that all the Hulk Riders are routed, for sure. And, well, Vlad is dead, but so are all these Hulk Riders who can't really win this fight. Like, sure, there is still a bit of ammo on Sisters of Twilight, but how are they finishing off so many skeleton warriors who will not disappear on their own and will fight to their deaths? So yeah. Like, there is no more healing available for Ariel. There's no AoE attacks from her. For some reason, yeah. The Sisters of Slaughter also doesn't have the greatest way to like finish off the Varix Reavers. Hulk Riders are jumping in to use their armor piercing to their advantage, but zombies swarming the poor Hulk Riders and the cheap terror from the Banshee will be breaking them quickly. So no more mobility for the Wood Elves, and it's just pretty much Ariel grinding it out against a ton of zombies right now. Yeah, no more mobility for the Wood Elves right now. And Ariel, she might be strong again, but getting like 4k worth of damage value, but there's nothing to handle the rest of the so many like infantry units. Like, they're trying to get the Banshee dealt with, but even some Hulk Riders came back. But honestly, I don't know if it's a great... Okay, they're finishing off the Banshee, but the Hulk Riders got routed again. One of them shattered, two of them shattered, and it's literally just the two characters against the world. So we can just, well, I don't know, brew a cup of tea before doing anything else. Like, we just chill in here. There's nothing happening so far. Like, it's pretty much looking at the two characters grinding through the fight. Yep. Now let me just catch up with the chat a bit while the two characters grind it out. I don't think we need to move to that screen anyways. Since it's just gonna be the two staying in there. Yeah. Oh, Knighthood. I'm often under the impression that Warriors of Chaos players expect pure infantry. Lothar Seaguard and Archer builds from High Elves. That makes sense. But against Phoenix King, I guess you always have to expect him to pull some weird kiting or mobility shenanigans. So yeah, I guess that's just an unexpected build from General Eisenbart there. But against a Lothar Seaguard spam and a staunch line of spear, that was definitely a better combo. Lil L land battles can be fun depending on the players. Yes, indeed. But unfortunately, for Vampire Counts, it is specifically a matchup where none of the players can have fun if everything is played optimally. Like, if you want to fight against the Vampire Counts, the best bet you have is Box, because they don't have anything to punish it. The most expensive spell for block punishments are Lore of Shadows and Winds of Death for Vampire Counts, and the problem is that you have to either spend money on a vampire unit, like actual vampire hero, to get access to Pit of Shades or Pendulum, which honestly none of them are optimal. Or you can of course spend money on a Lamian Vampire Lord for that, but for a Pendulum, but none of them are optimal use of your magic when you want to spend everything into your healing and zombie summons. So as a result, you can't really, like, if you want to play your vampire counts optimally, the only way to break boxes is just to spam Vargeist. Oh, I feel like both players just kind of gave up here with the Sisters of Twilight not even like cycle charging. Ariel is definitely losing it though, accumulating so much damage due to her low armor, and also running out of hit points, running out of magic to heal as well. So yeah, as a result, we see that before the 20-minute mark, hopefully Ariel will rout, and so will the rest of the oh, and so will the Sisters of Twilight. But right now, Ariel still have over 700 hit points, and she has grinded through 269 unit models. Sisters of Twilight just gave up on the cycle charging. 300 kills so far against all the zombies. Like, if there's a cycle charging, things might have gone differently, but I don't even know. I feel like both players just kind of gave up on actually trying to play the game and just see how ridiculous how long this battle can take. But yeah, with all the zombies, skeletons eventually working down Sisters of Twilight, Saber's Regnum won the game with Rydorf Rohan eventually gave up. Now the Hulk Riders didn't have any good targets to shoot at because of the lack of Crypt Horrors, and if they spend their ammo shooting at infantry, they would not be earning back their value anyways. Vlad von Carstein also not a greatest target, being a Footlord heavily armored and all that. So yeah, they earned back some good value, but not quite enough to pay their worth, I think. They cost over 1,000 gold, right? I think. Anyways, also cycle charging there was I don't know whether it's a good call, but the fact that they're so fragile means that jumping down into melee combat would means that they will be suffering heavy casualties, and heavy casualties is not a good way to play this. Means that yeah, heavy casualties will mean that the Hulk Riders will be broken off quite early. Either way, both Ariel getting 4,600 gold worth of damage value, Sisters of Twilight 2,500 gold. They carried hard of the Wood Elves, just not enough to carry till the end of time. Wardens of Cithro, a bold choice, but I don't think it is a great choice here. Probably should have just went for 4 shielded Eternal Gods and just spend more money onto Treekin to bolster the defenses of the boxes. Because right now all these infantry are quite fragile, and that means they can be grind down by Grave Gods with their anti-infantry bonus. Treekin would have held the box a lot longer, but only 1 Treekin is not enough, unfortunately, especially when being hit by armor-piercing units like the Banshee and Vlad himself. For the rest of the army here, Varric's Reavers chased down everything that routed from the Wood Elf box, and Graveguard trade well into the Eternal Gods with their anti-infantry bonus and solid melee stats in general. Melee defenses pretty well with their shield on themselves. Stonesmen with their regeneration even better, just kind of self-healing throughout the fight, sustaining even longer in battle. The Feasters in the Dark did a lot of damage with their good melee stats, aggressive damage dealing stats in general as well. Unfortunately, Corpse God didn't do much, being shot out early by the Hulk Riders. And the zombies, skeletons, in the end, are the actual winners of the game. They carried the game, grind down the 2 mightiest heroes of the Wood Elves through sheer numbers and undead tenacity, I guess. And yeah, it's just been 3 hours. Let's just finish the game. Nurgle PA versus Saber's Regnum. 2 of the most meta army. I would say that Ogre Kingdoms usually have the advantage here, but Nurgle's PA actually won this battle, so let's see how they did it. Now for the Dark Elves here, 2 Reaper Bolt Throwers, 5 Spears, one of them the Hellbron Knight, 4 Cold One Knights, and a single Supreme Sorceress of Soul Stealer. On the other side, Ogre Kingdoms, 3 Crushers with great weapons, 1 Lead Belchers, 5 Ogre Bulls, 2 of them with dual weapons, 5 Nobler Trappers, one of them the Regiment of Renown variant. Who even bring these guys? There's the water on the field, so like you're not gonna even benefit from it at all. The Bogglers of the Mad Marshes. Interesting. They do have poison though, so that makes them a nice debuffing tool, but Honestly, I don't think this is the greatest anti-Dark Elf build. Again, I've already talked about this before in one of the older tournament highlight videos, tournament spotlight videos, where Monfang Cavalry actually is not a great. Oh wait, no, these are not Crushers, just Monfang Cavalry with great weapons. Either ways, I still think that these are not good units to fight the Dark Elves because of their armor. Like, you're paying a lot for the armor, but you're not getting any benefit from it. All the armor are negated by all the armor piercing from the Dark Elves here. Sure, Black Corsairs can't really harm them, but you're gonna get hit by Soul Stealer, get hit by Koa Knights with their anti-large armor piercing, get hit by possibly armor piercing fire like Dark Shards, Shades, and Reaper Bolt Throwers. All of them will be negating your investment into the heavy armor. Instead, Man-Eaters. Man-Eaters is the way. Man-Eaters is the future, not freaking armored cavalry, but either ways, Lab Belchers will try to approach close to the enemy army. But right now, Saber's Regnum is just kind of running alongside the forest to get as close to the Dark Elves as possible. All the Dark Elves are also shifting forward. There are also some Saber Tusks at the back, and that's basically it for the army builds. Let's see what they have for spellcast. Only Troll Guts and Troll Guts only, so nothing too special here. A little bit of army maneuvering phase will just kind of speed through this. And yeah, let's see what happens here afterwards. So, with the Reaper Bolt Throwers outranging the Ogre Kingdoms, they're just easily dishing out damage against the Ogre Bulls. And because of the Black Corsairs overwatching fire, the Ogre Bulls are taking a little bit of noticeable damage on approach, especially these guys being focus fired by two different units. Now that some of the shots are missing, things are not going too bad for them. But overall, Ogres are just taking damage across the line. Lab Belchers needs to... Oh, Lab Belchers are just moving out of the forest here. But yeah. But Ogre Bulls should crump the Dredge Spears just fine. But the thing is that they cannot stay around for too long there. They need to crump through the... break through the Dredge Spears as soon as possible. Now that they're standing around, they're just taking overwatching fire from all the Black Corsairs. A very, very bad trait for them. Now, finally, Ogre Bulls are getting into melee, but most of them are already at half health. A very heavy casualty count so far. Mornfang Cavalry and Saber Tusk packs are kind of lagging behind, and as a result, the Ogre Bulls are not having the greatest time pushing right now. At the back, Lab Belchers are suffering heavily at the hands of the Reaper Bolt Throwers. Honestly, might as well just push them to the front and start shooting at the Black Corsairs while everything start working down the Reaper Bolt Throwers. But yeah, overall the Dredge Spears are not having the greatest time being overloaded by a bunch of Ogre Bulls. While over here, Monfang Cavalry and Saber Tusk Pack doing some pretty nasty damage to the Koa Knights, assuming they did get the charge. But another Koa Knights coming in, and that might just put the stop on the Ogre Cavalry. Right here, the Monfang Cavalry plus the Saber plus the Slaughter Master are trying to pin down the Supreme Sorcerers. Honestly, might be a mistake here. They should have just focused down the Ogre, focused down the Koa Knights, which is the main threat to the Ogre Cavalry right now. But at least the Reaper Bolt Throwers are being worked down, and the Lead Belchers are being conserved so that they might just be able to help out against the Koa Knights. But right now, a lot of the high mass units of the Ogre Kingdoms are being heavily damaged, especially with the Slaughter Master being eliminated by all those crossbow fire. Definitely a big loss for the Ogre Kingdoms right now, losing that healing, and there's nothing in place to stop the Koan Cavalry and the Supreme Sorcerers to hunt him down. There are some Monfang Cavalry in the vicinity, but they're too busy fighting a bunch of Black Corsairs and whatnot. Now, with the Murderous Prowess activated on the Dark Elf side, things are even worse for the Ogre Kingdoms. At least one of the Monfang Cavalry has worked through 2 units of Koan Knights, so they might just be able to return and help out this engagement later. But yeah, I do think that Slaughter Master not bringing the Bloody Cleaver is a bad idea, because you always want that extra passive healing to keep your Slaughter Master alive. And if he had the Blood Cleaver, perhaps he would have survived that onslaught without being terror routed away or routed away in general. And then here, the Mournfang Cavalry, one big issue about Ogre Monstrous Cavalry is that they don't have immune psychology and can be broken by the presence of terror. And now, ooh, a really nice Soul Stealer here, dropping onto the Lab Belchers and just kind of preemptively casting there, so the Mournfang Cavalry will be hit by the spell as well once they ran into the range of the spell cast. Slaughtermaster dropping one last spell for one last Troll Guts onto the Mournfang Cavalry, but this might just be too little too late here. Yes, the Mournfang Cavalry are being healed up, but the rest of the Ogre army are completely compromised. Some of the Mournfang Cavalry are able to chase down some of these Black Arquebusiers over there, but overall, all these Dark Elf infantry are establishing a dominant control over the battlefield, and without anything to... yeah, without any healing, I don't think the Ogre Kingdoms have enough to take down the Supreme Sorcerers, who can just walk out of an engagement against the Mournfang Cavalry, and or just Soul Stealer them to death. Especially with the healing coming in as well. Yeah, things are honestly not great. The last of the Mournfang Cavalry also got worked down by the point blank fire of the Black Arquebusiers, and that's basically the end of the Ogre Kingdoms. And for once, Dark Elves, despite being disadvantaged in this matchup, pulled out a victory. But yeah, this is why I say that the balance of the balance in the game isn't that bad overall, except like certain broken units, because even in a disadvantaged matchup, there's still hope to win for the less advantaged side. Anyways, Mournfang Cavalry will be regrouping at the back there with the Nobblers, but there's nothing engaging right now, and I don't think they can just fight through so many infantry and so many Soul Stealers. So that's the end of the Ogre Kingdoms and also the end of the tournament for today's cast. How long have we been casting? Oof, 3.5 hours. It's been long. But yeah, overall, the Mournfang Cavalry did some good damage, just not having a good trade against the Dark Elves in general. The Lab Belchers did minimal damage, took a lot of damage from the Reaper Bolt Throwers instead, and overall, the Ogre Bulls try to do work, but the fact that they are the ones in front of the entire front line means that they are the ones taking the damage from the Black Arquebusiers, not the chaffier Nobbler Trappers, and that wasted a lot of their damage potential, making them weaker and easier, more prone to routing, and unable to breach the Dread Spears, and was not able to compromise the Reaper Bolt Thrower by themselves. The rest of the army, Saber-Tusk packs, one of them did fine, the other not so much, and while the Nobbler Trapper still did okay overall, okay. Not most amazingly, but okay. Supreme Sorceress of Dark Magic or Supreme Sorceress of Soul Stealer did some solid damage with Soul Stealer, of course, and the Colt Riders had a pretty, overall, not the worst engagement when they're fighting the Mournfang Cavalry. They will still get crushed by the anti-large armor piercing, but they should hold them in place long enough, especially with other supporting elements can actually win that fight. Most of the damage was actually dealt by the Black Arquebusiers. The missiles come in really handy, dealing with the Mournfang Cavalry there. Their large hitbox means that the missiles will be doing maximum damage, having maximum hit chance against Ogre monstrosities. Reaper Bolt Throwers did some very weak damage, and for the Dread Spears, they just kind of get wrecked, but they held long enough to let the rest of the army do what they need. Anyways, that's the end of today. Corsairs have been doing well indeed, Leo L. Let us just catch on the last of the chat here. Yeah. Okay, smacks Dark Elves. Yes, they do, but I guess if you're playing your cards right, Dark Elves can still smack Ogres back. But yeah, that's it for today's battle. I hope everyone enjoy it. And if you want to see more Total Warhammer content, be sure to subscribe. But I assume everyone is subscribed over here on the stream. Anyways, I'll see you in the next one. Yeah, that's it for today. Tactical Lich signing out.